I'm not gonna let you get away with this. Oh man, what an iconic moment, bro. Fuck. You guys never watched Dragon Ball Z, man? That was the fucking first time we ever seen Super Saiyan, baby. And goddamn, man, talk about nostalgia for people that kind of grew up watching that or during the tsunami era. It was like every fucking time we would get close to this episode or these episodes, it would just restart. It was like, fuck, we got to get new episodes. I remember when it was first announced. I think I was in fourth grade. I want to say. I think it was in fourth grade. And then yeah, man, I couldn't fucking wait to get home and watch that shit, man. It was just so fucking good. Obviously, the thumbnail. There's a figure out there. It's coming out from Bandai. We're gonna take a look at that tonight. But yeah, I wanted to get some kind of little intro going, man. But yo, guys, welcome to Real Figures, episode number 63. 62.5. Yeah, welcome to the new episode, man. Like I said, during Sunday, it was just too much toy news to kind of pack into one show. So definitely had to split it up. I had some free time today. So I was like, yeah, let's just do it today, man. Tuesday's a cool day to kind of stream also. I've only done it a couple times, but yeah, I kind of like it, man. Kind of like this shit. But yo, guys, as you guys know, kind of cover toy news here, real figures and stuff. My name is Omar B. So yeah, we'll be here to talk about some toy news. Almost had to cancel the show, man, because after Sunday, I had like a really busy day on Monday. Fuck, throughout the day, I was just like, man, I feel like I'm getting fucking sick, man. I'm like, damn, dude, throat was hurting and body was aching. I was like, fuck, man. I didn't want to cancel, so I was like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna take a bunch of Tylenol. I'll be good. I'll be good to go. I got a little electrolyte, Gator light and stuff, so be fine and stuff. Definitely wanted to come up here and talk some toys and stuff. So yeah, got a cool show lined up. As always, I'll kind of go through my pickups and stuff. I'll say what's up to the chat. You guys are in the chat, man. Drop some comments. I'll try to read out as many as I can and stuff. Kind of go through the toy news, you know. But yo, it's kind of, I don't know. Is it fair to kind of go over some pickups that I got on Sunday? But I did kind of open them up. Like I said, I got that Deathstroke McFarlane. It's just sick, bro. It's just badass, homie. I don't give a fuck what nobody says, bro. Todd be delivering some dope shit. I think after it's all said and done, a lot of his stuff is definitely going to be sought after. Look at some of the NECA stuff that they did for like DC. Some of that stuff goes pretty crazy. But this Deathstroke, bro, with the huge ass guns, I just like how this shit looks. It's just so sick. And yeah, thankfully I was able to find this on GameStop and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty dope, man. The guns are really exaggerated, but I just like it, bro. I just like how that looks, you know. So yeah, I'm happy to get that one. Like I said, I kind of want to just finish off his line with like a couple of DC Rose Gallery, some more of his Bat family. I also got the Stephanie Brown. She's awesome. Like I said, I really like the head sculpt on this. Soft goods cape, the cloak on it and stuff. It's so good. Like I like it. And then, like I said last week, since I did get the Cassandra Kane, that's kind of the reason I wanted to get this. Kind of put them on a little shelf together and stuff. So pretty cool. Like I really dig them and stuff. You know, his girl figures, his lady figures are pretty tall, man. You know, but um, I don't think there's ever been a figure of these two. I mean, there might have been. I just can't remember. Maybe Mattel did some, but yeah, these are the only two that I have. And like I said, I just kind of wanted to build out some of that Bat family. Cassandra Kane was cool. That came out sometime, I think last year. I think it was. I had that for a while, and yeah, I was just wondering if he was ever going to drop this one. So now that I've seen it, I was like, you know what? It wouldn't make sense to just have the Cassandra and not have her. So it's pretty cool. And then from Target, I guess it had like a little bit of a sale going on, man. So souped in for that fucking Transformers Motu crossover, the Megatron Skeletor. She's just so dumb, but I love it, man. It's just cool as fuck. It's just fucking Skeletor looks like fucking Megatron, bro. Like how badass, dude. You know, it's like sick, dude. I was like, yo, figure of the year. That might be, man. But the one thing dude, I had to get was this 80th anniversary Motu set. It's got like a classic He-Man and a classic Skeletor and stuff. I haven't popped them open yet, but I definitely want to. You got like the rubbery heads and stuff. No articulation kind of like on the knees or anything like that. So it's kind of like a real retro spin on it. So I definitely wanted to get that. And then I ordered that fucking that Spider-Man figure. I got that on sale too. So I guess it had like a 75, spend 75, you get 20 bucks off or something. So or I saw 100 or something like that. So I think that one was like 50 bucks. So I got it like to round out down to like 30 or something like that. And this one right here was also 30. So I got this one to come down a little bit like to 20. So I don't know. I don't know how that shit works out. But yeah, I wanted to get a couple sales on that. But I really wanted to get this set, man. I had my pre-order canceled from Target, but it looks like they got some of their stock in. So I wanted to like crack these open. I kind of want to build like a little display of like kind of like retro toys. Like I have that missing link, retro updates kind of. Like I have that missing link Optimus. I have like those updated Playmates TMNT Turtles. So I kind of want to get like a couple of like retro stuff that are kind of like modern updates kind of. Not really modern updates, but yeah, it's like a real kind of retro spin, you know, on some of these things. So I wanted to go in for that stuff. But yeah, I'm happy to get that set because they look awesome. Like they look really good, you know. So thankfully I was able to lock it up on Target. And yeah, there's a lot of good sales right now. I know there's like Prime Day going on and stuff. So I think there's like a bunch of GI Joes on Walmart, on Amazon. I kind of want to get some of the Night Force stuff from Walmart. I know they got a Falcon. They got a or Falcone. I don't know what the fuck his name is. Night Force, but he comes with like a 2 pack. That one's down to 30 bucks. And then the Tunnel Rat is only 10 bucks. Night Force Tunnel Rat. And I think the OG Night Force team is like Falcon, Crazy Legs that I got from the HasLab. I got Tunnel Rat also. And I think there's like two or three more that were like part of the OG squad. And then since I didn't get the original Tunnel Rat, I'm like, you know what? It would be cool to just kind of build out this Night Force team. I didn't get the Falcon either, like the classified one. So like, I was like, you know what? If I was to get these characters, it would be kind of cool to get like modern, like Night Force. So might go in for that. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. So a lot of times when stuff goes on sale, it's like, man, do you really want this shit? It's like not really, but it's such a good price. It's like, yeah, fuck it. So yo, let me know what you guys are picking up. Like I said, there's a lot of cool stuff, some stuff on sale. There's stuff just hitting for pre-orders and stuff all the time. And then yo, we'll take a look at what's coming up next because yo, like I said, this kind of show revolves around toy news, and there's plenty of that, man, all the time. So we'll dive in right after I say what's up to the chat, man. Chat sliding in here. Be Weird saying, "What's happening? What's happening?" Be Weird. He said, "Do so Blitz." He don't even realize it's Tuesday, and he was just on 2 days ago. I do realize. I know, man. You know what? I was like, yeah, I gotta split this up into 2 days. You guys are considered the Tuesday crew now, though, bro. Shout out to Unparalleled. I know he's streaming right now too. TKD Bar saying, "Woo! What's up, SA? What up, TKD Bar?" He said, "NYCC in 2 days, my dudes." Yeah, I know. Take a look at some stuff kind of getting previewed out by Hasbro and stuff, and then yeah, see. I wonder what they have up their sleeve to show off and stuff. I know they've been holding out. B Rivera in the house. He said, "I need more beers. It's go time." There you go. Hey man, have one for me, bro. I haven't had a beer like in fucking 3 years, man. For real, for real. Hit me with the core memories at my grandpa's house after school. Yeah, man. It was just like, dude. It was just so good. Where he blows up Krillin. He's like, "Goku, help!" Oh man, poor Krillin, bro. But man, that scene. Oh man, I remember just getting chills watching that. And it was just like the music they would play was just so badass, man. And yeah, Bandai dude coming with the 3.0 bodies. It's like, yo, man, are they gonna get me to buy a 10th Goku? I think so. 10th, 11th, 12th. They got a bunch coming out, man. Pac Photos in the building. He says, "What up, Omar? Yo, Pac, what up, man?" Shit, Pac saying, I got the Toddy Mac fix. Yeah, I know, dude. I was like, yo, this one, like I said, this is like a sleeper like banger, dude. I'm like, I have to get that one, man. I only have I had a Deathstroke already, but it was the one that kind of came out on the Page Puncher's body, but it wasn't the Page Puncher's one. It was like the black and orange. So I was like, you know what? This one has like the blue and orange. It's more of a classic look. I think even if you have like the Teen Titans and stuff, this would be kind of cool too to kind of like do some kind of photography and stuff with him. But Deathstroke's just such a cool ass character, man. And like anytime there's a figure of him, it's like, oh, gotta peep that. B Rivera saying, I just paid for Mayfex Miles and Gear 5 Luffy. Hey, there you go. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, that Mayfex Miles Morales too, huh, that reissue. I forgot about that. I had that on pre-order from HLJ, but when they were doing all that not shipping shit, I canceled a bunch of stuff, bro. I was like, you know what? I'm canceling all this crap. But that Miles is fucking awesome. I've always wanted that one, so maybe I got to double back. Hasbro Transformers are trash. Look at this hater, bro. So I got Mattel Transformers, my dude. Oh man, this shit is kind of I like it, but man, I kind of was worried about like how the gun fits. And dude, this shit is Mattel Transformers, bro. So fuck you, man. Dude, Megatron, bro. Megatron Skeletor, man. Just caught those new Jax DC Sonic figures. Oh yeah, I've been seeing those. Man, they actually look really badass. I want the Shadow Batman. The Shadow Batman looks sick. And who's Sonic come with? Does he come with Flash? Because yeah, the Sonic, the Batman Shadow, he looks dope, and the Superman Knuckles too. And then who else is it? Is it Tails and Cyborg? I think it is. But it's such a like weird collab, but I love it, man. That looks awesome. It just makes me wonder, and like I said, I've brought it up in the past, man. It's like, dude, Warner Brothers has done Looney Tunes so bad that like, man, they're not known. Kids don't know them. Kids know more about Sonic than fucking Bugs Bunny. It's so crazy, dude. But it's just crazy to me how Sonic sells so well. It's just something about his design that has always been cool. When we were kids, kids now love it. Like, man, and then the movies, they were pretty good, like for live action and stuff. So a lot of people really kind of took a liking to him. But man, I remember just Sonic when he came out and that Sega and stuff. It was like, man, this shit's like really aggressive compared to like fucking Mario and stuff. But yeah, those are pretty cool, man. I want to see what's up with that. Maybe I do get that Shadow Batman because they just look cool, especially like in like a DC show. I don't know if I would be so happy with like the actual DC heroes, but like the Sonic characters dressed as them, they look fucking awesome. So it would be kind of cool to just kind of put them right there with your DC show. I gotta see what's up with that. It's actually a good idea. Ghost Tab is in the building. He says hello. What up, Ghost Tab? What up, Thor in the house? Also, what's good, man? Yo, Omar, Real Stream Part 2, let's go. Yeah, what's up, Obi-Wan? There you go. Part 2, I know, man. I had to split it up. Ghost Tab saying, my coworker got that McFarlane Deathstroke and he loves it. I'm listing some of my figures on eBay so I can buy more figures without me working the streets at night. Hey, yo! I know, man. It's, dude, kind of, I want to start, like, pacing myself more and more, but I don't know. Like, as long as I feel like as long as your bills are paid and everything is like under control, I feel like this hobby is still, viable to keep going and stuff. But yeah, sometimes I wish there was just an easier way to just kind of sell stuff. Man, I used to watch this one cat named Mighty Mel V. He used to have this YouTube. They still do. I don't know if he goes on there a lot, but they used to sell comics like during a live stream. They would have like little auctions and stuff. Kind of how what's not what's that what's whatnot. I kind of how they do it, but just on YouTube. And I'm like, man, that would actually be pretty cool to do. It would just be like, hey, I got this, fucking $50, and they kind of list like some kind of like listing tag on it and the price, and then people could just let her watch it in the live stream. I was like, man, that would be clutch for the action figure community because I feel like we all have stuff that are like we kind of want to move off of. But I don't know. It seems like a lot of legwork to kind of put together. But yeah, I have some stuff that I kind of want to dump, but man, it's just a pain in the ass to list up on eBay, list on Mercari. And then, dude, people are fucking assholes, man. Like seriously, some people are just dicks that are just like like those sites always kind of side with the customer, which is fine. But if a customer is not like trustworthy and stuff or like not like honest, it sucks, man. Shout out to my guy Action Figure Bond Show, dude. He sent me a message one time to some guy. He sold them the fucking the Nightcrawler Marvel Legends, but like the old one. Forgot what BAFTA came with. Was it Juggernaut? I think I forgot what it was. No, I forgot what it was. It was that OG like Marvel Legends Nightcrawler, and the motherfucker was like, "Hey, like this never arrived," type of shit or something like that. Like, or the mailman left it in the box and I don't have a key to it or some weird shit. And he wanted his money back, dude. And I'm like, "Yeah, that sucks ass, man." Because it's like, dude, I remember that happened to me one time. It was on Mercari. It was like a customer. This motherfucker's that stupid, bro. Like, I sent him like a Matrix brown suit Wolverine, and like I sent it to him, and then he messaged me. He's like, "Hey, this was left out in the rain, and like it got wet. Like I wanted to see if I could get like a refund or something." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Nah, dude, fuck you." I was like, "That's not my problem, bro. Like, nah, man, that's not cool, bro." Um, and then I don't know, I just kind of scared him. I was like, "Motherfucker, you already messaged me that it's your fault, so I'm gonna message Mercari before you do it. I'm gonna make sure that my money goes through." And he was just like, "Hey, man, I just wanted to see if you would like fix this situation." And I was like, "Fix the situation? I ain't fucking God. I can't control the rain, motherfucker. That's your fault." Like, dude, it's like, what the fuck, man? I was like, "Nah, dude." And then he was like, "Well, I'm a mint on box collector, so like the box is damaged." And I'm like, You're a fucking piece of shit. You know that, you little asshole?" So yeah, I ended up just getting my money, but I just ever since then I've just been like, "Man, fuck you guys, dude." I hate listing stuff and like depending on, like I said, the trustworthiness of the clients or the customers. It's like they're all pieces of shit. We're all pieces of shit out here. Rojo in the building. He says, "Bang, bang, bang." I like that Sonic had a renaissance. I remember when he first came out and everyone was crazy about him with the Sega Genesis. Yeah, I know, that's what I mean. It was like, yeah, when he came out on the scene, it was like, yo, this is like I said, it's more aggressive than Nintendo. It was like so much cooler. Me and my brother never got a Sega, bro. But I remember my neighbor, she got one. And this bitch, like, man, she stopped coming out into the neighborhood and playing with it, like all of us and stuff. And then when we were like asked, we seen her mom one time, we're like, "Hey, what happened to Sadie?" She's like, "Oh, she has a Sega, she's playing and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, that's why this this fucking girl don't want to come out and play and stuff." Shit was funny, man. But yeah, we went over to play and stuff. And then my cousin, he had a Sega also, and I was always just thinking, like, man, this is just so badass. But yeah, he definitely had a renaissance. I don't know what it was. I know like he popped off like in comics and stuff, but yeah, there's like a lot of little kids that really got into Sonic. And yeah, since they did that movie so well, I think got like a lot more fans recently, right? Hustle in the house at Sup Omar Sub Chat. Yo, Hustle was good. Ain't nobody trying to buy your jar figures, my boy. I know, right? It's like, oh shit, I got this Cassandra Kane, bro. Never been touched before. Shit, man, that's crazy. That thumbnail though. Oh yeah, hustle. We can talk about that figure, man. Some people on some bullshit. Yeah, it's just like I said. You really depend on the honesty of the person buying the stuff, and I hate that. And like I guess you would depend on it too if you're doing it like through here, but like I said, eBay and Mercari, as long as you're an honest seller, I feel like it should just be, easy transaction. Buyers are a-holes. I found out my MP44 sells for three times the price on eBay, and buyers want below original price. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Some of the times when I sell stuff, I just try to sell it, unless it's going for crazy and people are willing to pay that. But even then, I get nervous, man. Like I said, one time I sold a Chase McFarlane Hal Jordan Spectre, and I was like, "What the fuck? This guy's giving me $200." I was like, man, I was so nervous that the guy was gonna pull some bullshit, but I just figured, you know what? I got this for like 30 bucks. I was like, whatever, I'll just lose 30 bucks, but like I'm potentially losing 200. But yeah, I went through, and then like I said, recently I checked on that thing, it was going for like $400. So I'm sure that person was happy to buy it. I don't even know what the deal with that figure is. Sega Genesis, Echo the Dolphin, Vector Man, and all the X Men games. Yeah, the X Men games were the shit, man. I remember my cousin had those, and I was like, "Fuck, these games are fucking badass." I feel like they had like a lot of good arcade games just for like the consoles and stuff. Only way to sell your jar figures to take picture under black light. Yep, that's the only way, bro. That's the only way. It's like safe to play with, man. Um, but yo, guys, like I said, we get into the toy news, man, because yeah, it shouldn't be too long of an episode. Depends on how many rants I go on. But yo, where we left off last week was right here with the Pop Mart Hush line from Gong Studios. And dude, when I originally saw these, I kind of saw them and they just looked a little bit too bulky. They looked a little bit too puffy, and I don't know, compared to like their Shazam and Kingdom Come Superman, I was like, it felt like they were kind of going in a different direction as far as like the bodies go, but getting kind of better images. I was like, you know what? They don't look too bad. They kind of have that Mezco like flair to them, and I think for that, if I was to have like a deep Mezco collection, I don't think I would mind going in for these. They actually look pretty cool, side by side with like other soft goods figures. I really enjoy the head sculpts too for like the Bruce and the Kent. They're just kind of like a clean comic book look, but after seeing what we saw from LPZZ, I kind of just want to hold off on getting anything DC. It doesn't matter from what company, no, I don't want to say anything because, like I said, you have like this company, you have Muff Toys, you have all these companies kind of bringing it, and these guys being officially licensed also. I don't know. I think they're gonna be well put together figures, but there's just something about them compared to the other two that I don't know. I don't know what it is, especially on the Batman. Like, I don't like the way, like, his thighs look. It looks like he's wearing some kind of, like, football pads underneath there. I'm not wearing hockey pads. It looks like he's wearing, like, fucking hockey pads underneath his, like, pants and shit, and that's the shit I don't like. That's the kinda thing I don't really like too much, but when you start posing them around, you could definitely hide that stuff. I don't know. It's just something depending on the price. I guess that's where I would kind of make my decision when it comes to these. But the head sculpts aren't bad. I really do like that Batman one. The Superman one looks pretty cool. It has a cool like poison ivy like effects and stuff. So that'll kind of work, But I don't know, man. It's just how many different versions of the Hutch line do you want to have? I already have the Mayflex versions. I am gonna get those LPZZ versions, so it's like, do I need, like, soft goods versions? I don't know. It just depends, it just depends on, like, the collection that you have or maybe the collection you wanna build out, but since I don't really go in for too many of the, like, Mezco Batman stuff, I think I'm plenty happy with just, like, a plastic, type of action figure and stuff. So I think I might just be happy with going in and waiting for these LPZZ ones because, like I said, they're early prototypes right now, but scope wise, I feel like they're delivering everything I want. And then yeah, I think I could just be plenty happy without these. But to say they look like complete trash, like my man fighting codenames, I don't know. I originally thought that, but kind of looking at them up close, I'm like, they don't look too bad. Like if this was a Mesco official Mesco release, man, these shits would be selling out. And codenames, you would be buying them, bro. Put an exclusive brand on this thing, Mesco exclusive, and they would be instant sellouts. Um has Mezco done a Superman? When was the last time they did a Superman, dude? It's like, when the fuck was the last time they did one? Did they ever do one? I'm tripping. Oh yeah, they did one, but and it's a pretty good one too. I like the head sculpts on that one. They've done a couple, right? But man, if will they ever get around to doing like a Hush version? I don't know. And would it look better than this? I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, like I said, these would like fit really good in the shelf like that. But like I said, I think I'm just gonna wait for the LPZZ stuff. To me, it's just I feel like these guys are delivering it as far as like scale, as far as like the soft goods. Obviously, they're gonna have some of that incorporated and the sculpts. Like I feel like they're just killing it. Proportions too. They just look well like all around. So I'm probably just gonna wait for these, but I don't know. Kinda looking at these up close, I'm like, to say I'll completely pass. I know how it is when these things go up for pre-order, it's hard to make on my decision now. Rojo saying, "Echo, thanks for the trauma, my guy. That game took a crazy turn." Yeah. Shit, man, that's Sega life, bro. But yeah, we'll see what's up with these, man. But I think the company to definitely watch out for is LPZZ more so than the NR. Honestly, too, like NR's bringing it, but I think as far as comic book stuff, some of the video game stuff, I feel like these guys are like definitely bringing the heat. And I can't wait to get my hands on that Arkham Batman. I'm still waiting for that. There's like two Batman that I'm waiting for. Is that Muff one, that Chaos one, and the LPZZ joint. But then also at Wonder Festival, didn't really get to cover this on Sunday, but Remad Customs also kind of doing like third party soft goods figures. Looks like they have this bank heist Joker from the Nolan movies, the Bane also that was released previously. That honestly, when I first saw it go for pre-order, I didn't think too much of it, but Isaac Wong taking pictures of that thing. He made that thing look so fucking awesome. Kind of wanted to double back on it. It's already been sold out. But they actually look pretty damn good, man. Especially like I said, if you're like a Mezco collector, this definitely has inspiration from that line, man. It's like, or those line of figures, because I think I was talking about on Sunday, man. I feel like Mesco really put a lot of these people up on game on like what could be done for an action figure, what looks cool, not really a doll, but like incorporating soft goods, finding out how to tailor something so small. They really bring it, man. And I don't know. Like I said, I know recently we started seeing Mesco officially license out some of these movies. Would they get around to doing a Bane? Would they get around to doing this Heath Ledger Joker? This one also has that nurse outfit that you could kind of swap out. Like, how cool is that? I feel like they break these up into deluxe versions and stuff, and they kind of offer every type of look, something that Mesco is kind of known for as well. But like I said, I don't know, man. If you already have them right here from this company, it's like why would you want to go for a Mesco? These look they look honestly like Mescos to me. To be quite honest, like I can't really think of anything else that they would do differently. Maybe the sculpts might look a little better, but these don't look bad to me, from just the pictures that we're able to see. Um, yeah, the Ra's al Ghul, yeah, the fucking Harvey Dent. So they don't look bad at all. Like honestly, and I think Bobby Vala is actually picking them up. I know he's like a huge fan of these movies and stuff, and he's actually digging them. And he's brought that up also, like on live streams, that yeah, these are taking the spots of a lot of his Mescos and stuff, his Mayfex. Because I know when these figures came out for the Mayfex, they were trash. I honestly never thought they looked good at all. Like I even for being like early Mayfex, it's like I thought they just looked so bad that yeah, I think the only way to kind of pull off these types of like figures is soft goods. So yeah, they're getting around to doing a couple of stuff that Battinson Batman also, I think we've seen that recently go for pre-order. And then it looks like they have a Peacemaker coming along. And man, I gotta say, this actually doesn't look bad, man. We recently saw the Mayfex go for pre-order, and we were wondering why is this shit so freaking late? And yeah, it is pretty late when you start to see other companies that are doing soft goods. I don't know. They don't look that bad, honestly, to be quite honest. I've seen this Bully Maguire figure also, and I don't really know about the bodies and stuff, but just the likenesses, and like I said, for them to kind of fit in that Mesco World 112 collection shelf display that you might have, I think they would be good substitutes for stuff that Mesco might not ever get around to making. So I don't know. And then also Craven, where I'm like, man, this actually, like I said, this could actually fit into like a Mezco shot really well, man. If you have like the Spider-Man or something, you could definitely pull a shot off with that. But I do feel like Mezco is gonna do this character one day, maybe like a classic comic version. So I don't know. And it just looks like something they can pull off pretty easy, like especially with some of those like Conan bodies they have, or some of those bigger bodies. Like incorporate the soft goods fur. They're gonna trick it out with accessories, all kinds of cool stuff. So I think this is like a figure we're gonna see from Mezco pretty soon. But if you don't want to wait, it looks like these guys are already kind of producing these things fairly fast. So I would definitely think about going in for something like this. And it really kind of just trips me out. Like I said, like the inspiration from Mezco toys to these like third party companies and stuff. I feel like they're getting into it. And then also from 6 inch, I think 6 inch Studio, 6 inch plus, collaboration with DB Studio or DB Toys. Looks like they're doing a Marvel movie series. So man, here we have a live action Punisher, and it's like, dude, I was just saying how good I think that Marvel Legends looks. I don't know if it looks that good, but I definitely want that figure. I wanted like a live action Punisher. This to me just looks far superior. It looks so much better that it's like, damn, I gotta say, man, some of these like third party companies are really kicking it to overdrive. We have this Blade, Wesley Snipes Blade that just look how badass this looks. Like, damn, bro. Like, I think if Mesco or somebody else ever did this officially licensed, I don't think you can get much better than this. This looks pretty on point already. And yeah, it's pretty cool to see, honestly. It's like pretty cool to see that these guys are, you know, taking taking the lead on this stuff, because obviously when something's officially licensed, you have to definitely jump through a bunch of hoops, and that's kind of what I think would piss like official companies off that these motherfuckers are third party. They don't have to do all this extra shit. So obviously this stuff's gonna come out faster, but it's not coming out so fast that they're not taking their time with it, because yeah, the sculpts that they're putting together, the soft goods, and that's where I feel like Mesco really needs to step it up. And I feel like they have recently. They've definitely stepped it up as far as like their soft goods tailoring goes. I've always thought like the stitching needs to be in scale with the size of the figure. And it looks to me like this company really is doing that. Like I like like I said, the stitching on it. If a jacket has like a zipper, I would always hate to see like a huge fucking zipper on it. It just doesn't look right. So I don't know, looks pretty cool. And I think these guys are also putting together this Winter Soldier also. So I believe Noda had done this previously, and I didn't get it. I had just recently gotten the Mayfex version of it, so I was like, you know what, I'm good with the Mayfex, but man, this looks pretty good as well. And it just gets me wondering, like, God damn, dude, like, is a company like Mesco gonna get like snuffed out one day by all these like third party companies that are putting together and kind of doing what they do? It's like, man. So I have to just wonder that because, like I said, these guys don't have to play by the same rules. They could just jump through the hoops pretty fast and stuff, and put together stuff fairly quick to the point where why would Mesco ever put together a blade? Why would they ever do a Winter Soldier? Why would they ever do that? It's not gonna look as good. Uh, Also asking, is Remat a good figure company? I mean, from what I've seen on that Bane, I thought the Bane looked pretty good. I think right now they have a Scarecrow that's hitting right now from that movie. So from what I heard, I mean, like the people that are buying them, they're liking them, but I think they're liking them more so for like the shelf presence. Like I said, they kind of look like mini Hot Toys, like what a soft good 6-inch figure would look like. But for my money, I feel like this 6-inch DB Toys stuff looks a lot better. Because along with Winter Soldier, I believe they're the ones putting together this Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and we recently seen this go over pre-order, and I gotta say, man, this looks fucking awesome, bro. Like, man, if I was really into like soft goods figures like that, like Mescos, it's like, man, it would be hard like do better than this. I like the way the suit looks. It doesn't look puffy. The body looks pretty good. The sculpt on the head looks good. I did see some people talking about the head looks a little big, but man, that's just how my man Andrew Garfield looks, bro. Like that's the one thing that always tripped me the fuck out. It was like when he put his mask on, it's like that fucking mop head that he has. It's like that all that hair, but I always think that in costume, this is probably one of the best Spider-Man costumes. I've always liked the Tobey Maguire one, but man, recently kind of seeing this more and more, I'm like, you know what? This motherfucker had the best Spider-Man look. The Spider-Man look. I always liked Tobey Maguire's Peter, but Spider-Man in costume, like, man, it's hard to be better than Andrew Garfield's. His look, his like lankiness, it's perfect for the character. And this figure right here, I gotta say, man, like, dude, I haven't gotten the Mayfex yet. I think I am gonna get it, but man, it would be hard to stay away from something like this. I know recently a lot of people picked up that DB Toys Ultimate Universe Spider-Man and stuff, and man, people were really digging it. I didn't go for it myself because like I said, I don't really buy too many like soft goods, superhero stuff, but man, we're gonna take a look at that Red Hood right now, and that's something that I'm like, man, I really regret not being able to cop that. But when stuff looks this good, it's like, man, maybe this is the quintessential version of this because like I said, I might go in for that Mayfex. I did get the Marvel Legend, and it's like why the fuck am I gonna get 3 versions of this character? One's a Marvel Legend, one's a Mayface, one would be this. It's like I feel like I'm doing too much. So I think I'm just gonna get the Mayfax since I did get the Toby Mayfax and then just be plenty happy there. But man, there's people that are buying the Fig Wars, the Hasbro, the Mayfax, this and hey man, props to them, but I don't really want to do all that. Even though I do like the way they look. I could just hold off, but this to me looks fucking stellar, bro. Like seriously, it just looks that good. And like I said, I feel like Mesco inspired a lot of these companies to kind of do this stuff and just take it to the next level, man. Because this tailoring, like I said, the costume doesn't look all bulky and bunched up in a lot of places. It looks proper. And then like I said, these other Marvel characters as well. So early prototype on this Blade and Winter Soldier, but it looks like this Punisher is well on its way to going up for pre-order if it hasn't already. But yeah, I don't know. And then this Blade, it tripped me out. Is this the one that we recently saw? Because I could have sworn that was another company, but it might be the same one. And yeah, I said when I saw that for pre-order, I was like, I think I'm good on this. But man, who didn't love those Blade movies? That shit was just awesome. So it might be one that I might lock up just because I do want a good Blade movie figure, and I don't think Marvel Legends is gonna get around to doing that anymore. Maybe we would have got Old Man Blade as part of that Deadpool Wolverine wave, but I don't think they're gonna go back to making any more figures of that, especially with like fucking Doomsday around the corner next year. It's like I think they're gonna save their MCU stuff for that. But man, I would have killed to have a Wesley Snipes fucking Blade figure. So why wait? Why wait for Marvel Legends to potentially never do it, man? It's already ready to go from this company. So we'll see. We'll see what's up with it. And yeah, like I said, this Andrew Garfield joint, like this shit looking good. So I know a lot of people are gonna jump on this one, man. I might have regrets. I honestly might have that FOMO when it does go up because shit, I don't know. Obi-Wan saying, wait, what's Codename's name? Vala movie pics are trash. Come on, bro. And his name is John Cena. Hell yeah, man. John Cena gonna go out like the GOAT, bro. Oh man, MMA code names fucking hilarious. Obi-Wan saying, I think we'll be seeing more soft goods added here and there to justify the higher shipping or tax charges. Yeah, that's a good point too, right? Because it's like, man, I think these guys out there are doing the most when it comes to like doing these blank bodies and stuff, but it's just like, man, what can we do next? And it's like, man, let's figure out a way to tailor these soft goods as good as they can look, put them on all these different blank bodies and shit, man. Sell figures, and shit. I mean, it's working, dude. It is working because they're looking great. Like they don't look like no fucking Migo figure or nothing like that. This looks like a shrunken down version of like the characters and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I know for sure Mesco fans are digging them because it's like, you know, it fits already with a lot of stuff that they have. And then for photography, it just adds something different. The texture to the soft goods, all that stuff just looks so good. Blade looks dope. Yeah, I think I might go in for the Blade when I see that go for pre-order. If it's already gone up for pre-order and it's the same company, because I would trust something more from these guys, this DB Toy stuff. Aiden Skate in the building says, "What's up, Omar? Chat. What up, Eight? What's good with you, man? Shout out to Eight." Uh, Obi-Wan saying Garfield and Toby both dated their co-stars. Just some useless info. Yeah, did they? Oh yeah, they did, huh? I think the motherfucker they got the most out of dating their co-star was Shia LaBeouf. They wasn't he going out with Megan Fox during those Transformers movies? I was like, damn, this fucking guy swooping in, bro. I was like, yo, even if you just dated her for one night, I'm good. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's the best. That's the best co-star fucking swoop in right there. That's the golden one. The other Blade was from Sawtooth Toys. Oh, okay. So it wasn't this one. Interesting. So I might have to hold off on that pre-order and wait for this one because this one to me, like this looks like they're taking their time with this shit, man. And yeah, I think I might be happy going in for this when it does go up for pre-order. So we'll see, man. We'll definitely see about that. Um, Codename saying Mayfix is dead. Yeah, I know. That's kind of why I'm like, fuck, do I want to get that Andrew Garfield? I was like, man, I should have got it already so I wouldn't question myself so much because the only Mayfix that I really want to go in for is the Rogue, the Jubilee, and maybe the Andrew Garfield, man. But I don't think I've seen much more. That's like enticing me to want to go in for their stuff. I mean, we did see their event recently, and they did have a lot of cool stuff, like comic book stuff. But there's something about their stuff that, yeah, just looking a lot dated now, especially when you compare all this stuff. It's like, man, I definitely wouldn't get any SH Figuarts like live action stuff, but Mayfix comic book stuff, even that, it's like, man, there's other companies that might bring it, man. Like, can you imagine if LPZZ gets the official Marvel license also? It's over. It's game over. It's game over for a lot of companies. So we gotta wait and see. And Tom Holland is prepared to marry his co-stars. Fucking Tom Holland is the worst Spider-Man, I gotta say. I don't know. I think he's been in some of the better movies, but I don't know. Migos are still real to me, damn it. Yeah, Migos are still real to me, damn it. Shit, man. I know Migos. They got their charm to it. Like I said, I'll buy stuff that like I don't know. It just has like a retro flair to it. Also, like I've been buying some of those Super Friends figures and stuff. I gotta hurry the fuck up and buy that Wave 2 because Wave 3 is out. But yeah, there's always cool reasons to buy different toys, I think, you know. But yeah, going back to this more modern stuff, like I said, the company that really seems to have inspired a lot of these party companies is Mezco Toys, man. And last week, Red Hood went up for pre-order, and man, if it's a cool character, you bet your ass it's gonna be an exclusive, and you bet your ass the customers are gonna get fucked. Because goddamn, dude, I think everybody had a deep down feeling that this was gonna be an exclusive. It's like, you know, they're not gonna make enough of this thing. You know, the hype is gonna be fucking real. Like the hype, the FOMO, it's gonna be real as fuck for this thing. And as soon as we saw this at San Diego Comic Con, it's like, damn, when is this going up for pre-order? You know, when is it? We got like a couple teaser images and stuff. And yeah, sure as shit. Went up for pre-order last week. And man, I'm a fucking idiot, man. I remember I was like, oh, I gotta set my alarm. I was like, I had like work in the morning and stuff. I was like, I'm gonna set my alarm for like I think these things go up for pre-order like around 10 a.m. my time. I was like, I'm gonna set my alarm for like 9:30 or whatever. And I'm driving and shit, and my alarm goes off in my car, and I'm like, I just kind of turned my phone off. I just was like, what is this stupid alarm for? And then I was just like, whatever, I went about my day. And then when I got home, it was like fucking 11 o'clock, 11:30. And I was like, oh shit, that fucking Mesco went over pre-order. I was like, fuck, let me see if it's still on there. No way. Dude, you couldn't even click on the link. They had taken it off the site. It was just, I guess it was just that hot, man. It was so fast. Believe it was only 116 bucks. So that would have been a pretty cool price, you know, probably $30 shipping, but I would have been happy to pay it, man. I thought this thing looked cool as hell. The only way I found cope was that, you know what? I don't buy any Mezco Batman figures. I don't have any of that stuff. This was gonna look way weird in my collection, but I would have just been coping hard, man. This thing looks sick as fuck, dude. Like, I love the head sculpt, and like I said, that's the one thing about this character is like you could always have different interpretations of the head sculpt. I've seen different customizers like come up with like more cyberpunk looking ones, more classic looking ones. Just the design of this character is just so fucking cool, man. It just makes for a good looking action figure, you know, overall. It's probably one of the most customized figures also. Like I've seen plenty of like people, you know, get like a leather jacket from, you know, eBay and stuff and just put it like on a black skull body, red hood, head sculpt, you know, and bam, you're cooking. But man, official release, it's like, damn, man, I knew this thing was gonna go fast. I'm just such a fucking idiot. I wasn't quick on the draw with that, man. I'm a dumbass, you know, because I remember I think I set two alarms. I set two alarms. It was one for 8 o'clock. I had to do something, and then the next one was for like 9:30. And I just completely fucking forgot, man. I was like, God damn it, dude. Like shit, man. But like I said, the cope was hard for me, man. I was like, yeah, I don't have DC Mezco stuff. I'm good. I didn't need this. Shit. And I guess we really don't need anything. But man, when it comes to cool looking shit like this, it's like, yeah, you definitely kind of want to cop it, you know? But man, Mezco is they're just pieces of shit when it comes to these exclusives, man. They did it for that Casey Jones. They do it for a lot of cool stuff, man. You know, where I think that Shredder, I think that one's gonna be an exclusive as well. And I don't want to miss out on that one, you know. So man, they got me for this, but I gotta say, overall, it looks pretty fucking badass. I like that huge ass fucking rifle. That shit just looks dope as fuck, you know. And obviously the guns, they kind of have a more kind of comic book look to them, but I think it still works. The crowbars, it kind of has more so now in like recent comics. I think it comes with not too much stuff, but I think just the design that they kind of put together was pretty cool. And like I said, maybe if I had to tweak anything, would be something with that jacket. Like I said, compared to these other third party companies, I feel like they're getting ahead of the game because the zipper does look a little big, you know, like the it looks a little bit bulky, the jacket, but that's just minor nitpick, I think. Overall, I think this thing looks awesome. I haven't checked what it's going for on eBay, but I can imagine it's not anywhere near that retail price. So probably gonna be seeing this thing going for like 250 and up. But yeah, outside of that, I don't think I'll ever go for a Mesco DC figure now. Shit, it just looks hella cool, man, and I could definitely see a lot of people, getting some custom head sculpts on this thing to kind of give it different looks and stuff. But yeah, just a really, really cool release from Mesco that I wish I didn't miss out on. But hey, man, it is what it is. Hard, fast, and ugly in the house saying Jim Carrey should have been Spider Man. I thought that was Jim Carrey. Andrew Garfield kind of has that Jim Carrey fucking hair to him. That and Casey being exclusive is whack as hell. Yeah, exactly, man. It's like they know what the fuck they're doing, man. They wanna generate that hype, and it works. But I feel like when it's like cool characters like this, it's like, man, they got to give a fair opportunity to the people that copy, man, because it's like they know they could sell more. Like I would imagine, if I'm a company that has like a cool product, it's like I don't want this shit to be the FOMO creator. I want people to be able to get this so we can maximize ourselves. But I don't know, something about Mesco, their approach to stuff. It's just I wouldn't say it's like dumb as fuck, but yeah, they have like a really exclusivity feel to their whole company. And I don't know, man. After seeing this, hopefully third party companies kind of maybe come together with something cool also. Cause yeah, this is just like I said, it's a character that pretty simple design, but it's just so fucking badass that yeah, and definitely gonna see a lot of customizers probably putting together more Red Hoods out there because maybe they didn't get the opportunity to cop this one. Like my man Wavy saying, pissed I missed Red Hood. Yeah, I know. It was just fuck, it was right fucking there, man. And I don't know how fast it sold out if I would have been on the website, but man, this is like fucking uh Omar, you fucked up again. It was up for like 2 hours. Was it? No, it was not, bro. I think I checked on it. I want to say I checked on it like at 11:30, but it might have been later than that. It might have been like midday. But yeah, I just completely slept on it. And when I got home, I was like, oh man, I checked on dude, and that's the thing, since we're getting like flooded with all this other stuff, like it didn't even pop up in my notifications. So like I had to kind of like go through my like notifications and stuff. I get like a lot of like tweets and stuff, Instagram posts, and then when I saw, I think Paternio like, oh yeah, Red Hood's up. I was like, oh fuck, Red Hood, Red Hood. I ran to that shit. And I was like, oh fuck, man. I couldn't even open the link. It would just take me to like the 112 page. And then yeah, later on in the day I saw like the wait list go up and I was like, I ain't joining no fucking wait list. But yeah, this shit was one that I'm definitely gonna have FOMO on. A third party will make Red Hood probably better and cheaper. Yeah, I guess you could, but I don't know. Like I said, something about the Mesco drops that just kind of feel a little bit special, But that could just be the hype. You're probably right. There might be a better one. I mean, there's always gonna be better releases around the corner, but I want the shit now, damn it. I wanted this one, but that's just how it goes sometimes. I can't really complain. But outside of that, I gotta kind of wonder like how well the app crunch is gonna work because of the armor and stuff that he has. Just looking at the figure and stuff, but I don't know. I'm sure that's kind of a more pliable material. It kind of allows movement and stuff. But kind of taking a look at the shots, like right here, you can kind of see a little bend right there. But I don't know. And then this Deathstroke, that shit's old as fuck. Kind of like, god damn, that shit's old. I wonder if they ever put together a new one. Cause yeah, there's a lot of cool characters that you can get made out of that Batman universe and stuff. But overall, I think this one was a really cool one that I definitely have my regrets not picking up. All good. Get the third party Red Hood. Trust one is coming, soft goods and all. Yeah, I know. You're definitely right about that. Cause like I said, we just saw fucking Blade, Winter Soldier, Spider Man, all kinds of shit. So I can definitely imagine something like this. And I don't know, man. Maybe even official releases. Like I said, might not be soft goods, but I definitely know that LPZZ and like NR probably have like their Red Hoods in mind that they want to make. Their Nightwings, like they're just such cool characters, Like some of these Bat Family characters are just, I don't know. I always thought that it got a little bit too ridiculous, like having them like having such an extended Bat Family. But Red Hood and Nightwing to me are always like dope as fuck because they were Robins, Jason Todd and Dick Grayson. It's like, yeah, these are motherfucking OG Robins that fucking, grew up and stuff, and, they have their own cool backstories, and I like that they had their issues with Bruce. It's not like they were just, sidekicks and stuff. They had their issues, especially this motherfucker getting killed and shit. Killed, not killed. But just cool designs for characters overall that always make for good figures. Because from Red Hood, we move into the Nightwing, Amazing Yamaguchi. And I gotta say, man, this to me, from the Arkham Knight game, is just something about this head sculpt just not look cool at all, bro. Figure wise, it looks interesting. It looks like it's definitely gonna have that fun pose around and stuff, but something about just this head sculpt that I'm like, what is it with fucking Nightwing that they can't get right on head sculpts, man? I feel like the best one is the Mafex. That's like the best Mafex Nightwing. Or that's the best Nightwing that I have. Especially because that head sculpt, it just looks so dope. Where I know when Mezco recently put out their Nightwing, I was just like, why does the head sculpt look so whack, dude? Where shout out to Podong, like I said, he's been killing it, dude, doing like his custom head sculpts for this character. It just looks so much better, like just so much more badass. That yeah, he always deserves like a dope ass head sculpt. And this one right here, just to me, looks kind of whack. I'm like, oh man, everything else looks pretty interesting. Like I said, but I don't know. I don't know how hard it would be to acquire like a Revel Tech third party head sculpt. Like, is it different kind of peg system or something? I would imagine, but and even the size of the head also. But it's just kind of a bummer because this probably would have been something that I would have been in for. But I don't like the head sculpt at all. To me, it just looks lame as fuck. And then I guess this is the faceplate that's like exclusive, or it's just I guess it just looks lame. It's just something about this character that I always kind of just like the whited out eyes, for Nightwing. I don't really want to see his like pupils and shit. So not really the biggest fan of this, but body wise, figure wise, I think it looks interesting, and I think people are probably gonna cop it. And yeah, if you could get like a third party head sculpt to get put together on this, I think it's gonna make it for that much better of a figure. Because yeah, to me, this shit just looks lame as fuck with the head on it, but it even kind of looks small for the body too. But yeah, kind of random, kind of caught me off guard that Coyote was gonna jump in on making this Nightwing, but I guess they have been putting together their own Arkham series and stuff. They did the Batman, the Catwoman is fucking awesome. It's probably one of my favorite figures from them. So I didn't really see this coming, but overall, I thought it was cool enough. I want to see it when it comes out in hand and stuff, but I think I'm plenty good staying away from it. And I feel like that's where they're dropping the ball a lot of the times is the head sculpts because that Batman Beyond, it looks dope as fuck, but that head sculpt just looks so lame. It just looks so teched out. Like they could have just you gotta kiss the shit. You gotta keep it simple, stupid. Kiss the motherfucker, bro. Keep it simple, stupid. You don't want to get too crazy with the design. That head sculpt on that Batman Beyond, it just looks too funky. I don't really like it. And this one right here just looks too lame. It just looks like a fucking Dorcas Malorcas, honestly. But the rest of the figure looks pretty dope. Like honestly, ain't gonna lie, that shit looks dope as fuck. I like the more advanced looking suit, kind of. It's like not so much comic book, classic comic book, but it adds something different, and it'll definitely make for like a fun figure to fuck around with. But I gotta just pass on it just because of that head sculpt, and that's a bummer, dude, to pass on it just for a head sculpt. But moving on, man, king of fucking DC figures out here is Todd McFarlane. It looks like Walmart CollectorCon is around the corner, and October 10th looks like we're gonna get flooded with pre-orders on Walmart, starting with this Batgirl. And talked about this previously, like on the live stream the McFarlane Toys had. They had like their McFarlane Toys live show on YouTube and stuff. So we got to take a look at this Barbara. And like I said, I picked up a couple of the fucking Batgirls and stuff. I just recently got this one, but I think I'm good on this one, man. Something about this Batgirl that it just looks like it's too fucking tall, man. It's something about the legs on these. They're fucking huge, man. I'm really waiting for the Mafex. I think that's the only other Mafex that I really want to get to is the Rogue, the Jubilee, and the Batgirl. The Tim Drake also, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna slow down with their company, kind of seeing these other companies pop off. I want to see what they bring. But this one right here, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna sell well. A lot of his McFarlane digital figures tend to do, and this has a more classic look. And it honestly, it might be the best Batgirl fucking of his line. So for that, I think it can go pretty fast. And then they are also getting this I think this is a Bronze Age Red Tornado. So yeah, another one that I already have. It was exclusive to Target, but this looks like a different look to them, and I think this one looks better. And with the soft goods cape and everything, I could definitely see this one selling fast as well. So yeah, October 10th looks like he's gonna have a whole slew of stuff. Also, Blackfire, and looks like this is just a repaint from Starfire, but pretty effective repaint. I like the metallic paint on it. The head sculpt on this figure looked pretty dope also, where I didn't get the Starfire, so I'll probably be easily passing on this. But overall, I think this is like 3 for 3 stuff that's gonna sell out. Like all of this stuff is selling out, man. It's just really hard to like be on top of his pre-orders. I fucking miss that Joker, that Infinite Crisis Joker with the hat and shit, the soft goods trench coat. I'm like, man, I gotta get that shit when it comes out. I do want it, but everything sells out within a fucking hour. It's crazy. It's definitely got to be low production runs, and obviously it's tail end of his line. But man, I feel like some of the cooler shit is coming out now. And that's kind of what I don't know, kind of annoys me, and it's pissing off a lot of people also. And also more stuff from the Flash movie. Fucking call me crazy, but I feel like this already had came out. Might have been a separate pack though. Might have been the Batman and then the Bat Cycle separate, but I guess now it's gonna be like a deluxe pack, so you'll be able to get the motorcycle and the Batfleck Batman. Where I don't know, this to me was like a uglier look for the Batfleck Batman. I thought he had like a really great look in the BVS movies and stuff. So I don't know. People might go in for it. I think this is like the third or fourth time though. Or the second or third time he's put this figure out. I guess now with the Bat Cycle is not bad. And then the Guardian McFarlane Red Platinum Edition. So I guess this is also going up on Walmart and GameStop. But since it's Red Platinum Edition, I don't know if that's just exclusive to those sites or if it's some sort of chase or something. I can't really remember too much on it. Because then the Dark Flash also is also going to be a Red Platinum edition, and that's also going up on Walmart and GameStop as well. So yeah, it looks like Walmart is getting a slew of this stuff October 10th, and like I said, a lot of stuff is going up. I think a lot of Hasbro stuff is going up as well. So right around the corner, it looks like it's going to be pretty hot pre-orders, and then this two pack that I definitely got to get is the Spectre and Atom Smasher. So I think we saw these also during that McFarlane Toys live stream. And like I said, that Spectre figure, fuck, that was a really sought after figure in this previously released version. This time it has a soft goods cape, so I feel like it's a little bit better. So I probably would have scalped that first one. I think that shit was going for like $100. And then this Atom Smasher, I'm like, yeah, that shit looks cool. It's gonna look dope as fuck, like in a Justice League display. Like, yeah, I'm down for this. This looks like a cool two pack, but I'm been hearing the prices on these things are pretty crazy. I think this shit's gonna be like $70. Or it's just like that just seems too outrageous for me, man. I hope it's not $70, but honestly, because of that Spectre, I won't be surprised if it is, you know. That's like a $30 figure, and then this deluxe, like a good $40 figure. It's like, yeah, I could definitely see him going in for that price point. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Hustle saying, I think the guys from Sneaker Culture with all their bots are spamming us good action figure collectors. They might, you know, but everything is selling out too fast. Yeah, because it's not just McFarlane. There's a lot of other stuff too, huh? Like the GI Joe stuff I see selling out. But more so the McFarlane. I really feel like he's really gotten his production numbers down. Because that's the only real answer to it. And that mixed it in with, like I said, sought after figures. It just annoys the fuck out of me that he flooded us with all this other stuff that not a lot of people really picked up, and now that it's like the really cool stuff, more classic stuff, it's like, oh man, it's hard to cop. So I don't know, but we'll see. You still get your opportunities to be on top of the pre-orders, but you really got to be on top of those links as they go up. Fighting Codename saying LPZZ already showed a red hood that looked fire. Oh yeah, you're right. They got like yeah, they got a couple things coming around the corner, and I don't know, man. It just sucks that it's like all these companies making like the same kind of IPs and stuff, just in different versions. But I feel like we're eating good, man. The consumers always got to win, bro. When there's this much competition, it's just it just gets overwhelming to kind of see like, oh, what you want, what you don't want. So I don't know. I guess you could get over your FOMO a lot easier, right? Like I said, I had FOMO for that Red Hood, but you guys are right. There's definitely gonna be a better version that comes out, or maybe equally cool version. I want to say better all the time because sometimes it's just more shit, guys. But yo, it didn't stop there. Walmart also getting this Batman the animated series Man Bat, and shit, man, this picture doesn't really do it justice. This thing is pretty fucking big, bro. Hey, pause. Like this thing is wide. That box is like pretty huge, and it's pretty cool to see this dude still making a push for this line, man. I want to see where this ends, but yo, after it's all said and done, this DC Direct line, like I know he's like reissued some of the old stuff. He's even put together like new figures for it. That's gonna be a pretty cool line to see, and I feel like it's gonna be one that definitely goes up in the aftermarket price after it's gone. Cause yeah, unless Mattel comes out with like their Batman the animated series stuff, I don't know. I don't know, if people are ever gonna get an opportunity to get this stuff again. I really want to get that fucking Batwing that's popping up in Ross, man. That shit looks awesome. I gotta get it. I've almost pulled the trigger on that on from Target multiple times. I think it's been like 150. Never saw it go below that. Now seeing it at fucking Ross, I'm like, God damn it, bro. I gotta get to my Rosses, man. Cause shit, I want that, bro, for 60 bucks. I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but shit, I don't give a fuck. I'll put it in the back of my truck. I don't care. I'll just leave it in my truck then. Fuck it. That box is huge. And just taking that thing out, I think I would leave it in the box for a while because it's like I don't have nowhere to put that shit, man. But yeah, I'll probably just hang it from the ceiling or some shit. Cause yeah, I gotta get it, man. Batman the Animated Series, what's left to be said about it? It's fucking goated, man. Codename Saint McFarlane said, "Fuck you, Omar. My God, is money." Yeah, I know. Todd is eating, bro. He's still eating off of this DC license, and man, it's crazy to see that it's like he got all this other cool DC stuff, but man, there's still his customers are still copping this stuff right here, right now, man. So it's good for him. Like I said, I really felt bad for him. I think it was at the beginning of this year where we heard about that takeover from Mattel. Now it looks like Mattel's getting the short end of the stick. Now it looks like they're getting the shit when there's no meat left on the bone for them. So we'll see what they come with, man. But I feel like Todd's finishing this shit out strong, man. Because like I said, that Walmart Collector Con is coming in hot. And yeah, right here you get that man badge. Just look at that. That looks fucking cool as hell, dude. Like seriously, that looks dope. Like seeing that, I was like, man, I wish I would have bought this line as it was coming out, dude. Like just getting all the Batman Rogues Gallery and the animated series looks, it's like fuck. Hopefully Mezco goes that deep, but I don't think they are. I know they're doing their animated series looks, but I don't think they're gonna get over to a fucking man bat. And then glow in the dark Bane for that classic comic book look. And dude, I gotta say that actually looks pretty cool. I like the head sculpt on that a lot better than that first Bane that he put out. But I did get that, and then I got that, I think it was that cell shaded one. She got it right here. Look at this shit. Wanted to see the difference with it. That yeah, he's actually put together a pretty cool Bane, but this one's a lot different. This is that fucking that one that came in the 2-pack. Sure, this shit's cool as fuck. Kind of with that Batman breaking his back. I like the cell shading on this one, but that first Bane that he came out with, I think he's using that body. But this was a cool 2-pack that, like, man, all of his Banes have sold out. So I know for sure this shit's gonna sell out. I kind of think that glow in the dark is a little bit too gimmicky, but it would kind of allow that Venom through those tubes to kind of glow. I just gotta wonder if the belt is gonna glow as well. It might, and that might kill the whole thing for me. But the head sculpt on that looks good. And then that Green Lantern 49 cover, that Emerald, what is it, Emerald Knight fucking Green Lantern, that actually looks pretty cool. The cell shading on that, where he has all the fucking rings and shit, like that actually looks badass. So I could definitely see these things selling out pretty fast. I think they're going up October 10th as well. So like I said, he's gonna have a whole slew of shit going up, and for the looks of it, it looks like it's all gonna sell pretty well. And yeah, giving people another opportunity to cop this Bane, this time with like glow in the dark feature that maybe makes it better. I know for sure the head sculpt makes it better for me, but I don't know. I'm definitely not gonna cop it just because, like I said, I've already gotten two of his Banes. But it's a good figure, man. It's a dope one that I wish it didn't. If it didn't have the glow in the dark feature, I think I would honestly buy it, man. To be quite honest, because I do like the pants color. It kind of gives it a more animated series kind of paint job to it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of tripping on this shit. Like I said, if the fucking belt didn't glow in the dark and stuff, and I think the mask glows in the dark as well, which is just stupid to me. It's like, bro, just leave it classic, nice, clean paint job. You don't need to do this gimmick. But I guess they think that they do, but I don't know. But we'll see. It's a pretty cool one, and the Green Lantern looks dope as fuck too. That I think, yeah, just displaying that somewhere, that shit's just gonna look sick as fuck. That Green Lantern will look good with that comic book in the background. Yeah, exactly. Right. It just has like that cool collector feel to it. That I don't know, man. If I had like a comic shop or something, I would definitely buy stuff like this and put it around my comic shop. Shit like this, it just always looks cool as fuck for like not really action figure collectors all the time, but just like fans of comics and stuff. Like, if you had like a comic room, put that in there somewhere, like that shit just looks cool as hell. And then yeah, something for everybody, man. Like I said, you got something for the comic fans, something for the action figure fans, and then like animated series fans and stuff, building out their little cool sets. Like I think this guy's getting a good spread of stuff out still with this DC license. So my man's eating, bro. He's eating. And then also Jokerized fucking Superman. And dude, call me crazy, but I think this actually looks kind of cool, man. Like this is actually looks kind of cool. I like that fucking those like green chains around that shit. That shit just looks kind of cool that maybe you could use, kind of give it some kind of like kryptonite look to it, have like a Lex holding your Superman together and shit, keeping them fucking tied up. That would actually kind of work for like some shots, and obviously you get that Jokerized head sculpt, but the body of this shit is actually pretty good. I think it's that Silver Age Superman body, from the looks of it. So I don't know. If you have like that figure already, maybe you could just if it ever gets fucked up, you could just pop and swap this shit on there, reuse the body. But this actually doesn't look that bad. It's actually not one of his worst Jokerized versions because it's not all the way Jokerized. It's just the head sculpt pretty much. So it actually made me think, did this ever come out in a comic book? Because that card right there looks like specific artwork that it just kind of tripped me out. That I'm like, man, even this, I feel like you could use this for like some kind of action figure photography, like having this motherfucker fight Batman or something, like something crazy. So yeah, this actually looks pretty dope. That I wouldn't be surprised if this sells out as well. As dumb as these Jokerized figures look, this is actually probably one of the better ones, and I've only bought one, but I always get a laugh every time he puts one out. So it's pretty cool. And for the most part, I think all of these cards are building out a whole deck, right? Like all these Jokerized cards. So that is actually pretty cool. That man, I actually kind of wish I would have bought all of these just for that deck. That would have been pretty cool set of cards to have. Maybe people are selling them on eBay. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not. I wouldn't be surprised if they are. I mean, so yeah, I actually gotta check on that because that actually would be cool to cop. And then also from McFarlane Toys, looks like Avatar Fire and Ash is around the corner, so we're definitely gonna get some toys to that. Where obviously he's getting reuse out of these bodies. And it actually was a pretty decent line that he put together, man. I actually saw a lot of people picking these figures up. For the life of me, I don't know who likes these movies, but I always see that they do really well, especially like in the when it comes to the box office and stuff. But man, I always remember watching that first one, and fuck, I remember just thinking like, this is like the hype on it. Everybody was talking about how good it was gonna look, and I remember it was like an expensive ass movie. I remember like went out, took like a date, and like the movie costed like that was like the first time I've paid like $50 almost for like two tickets. And I remember thinking like, God damn, does this shit come with a copy of the movie or what the fuck? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like that was the first time that movie, like a movie costed that much. And it was like, what the fuck? And I guess that's why the box office was so fucking high. They were like fucking overcharging for these damn tickets. And I didn't watch the second one that I guess came out like a year or two ago. And I remember just thinking, like, what the fuck? We're getting a sequel to this old ass movie and shit, and now we're getting a third movie. It just seemed kind of odd to me, and it always seemed odd to me that, like I said, the box office has been so high to these, and I can't think of one person that even remembers any of these movies. Like, like a classic and stuff. So kind of cool to see figures of, I guess, because he does put together these banshees, these like fucking, I don't know what the fuck they are. Kind of look like dragons, but pretty cool mounts for stuff. I've seen people kind of use them for other toy lines and stuff. It kind of works well with different figures. But yeah, I don't know. I know Todd's eating off of this line because he definitely has like a lot of it showcased at different events, and I think it's gonna be one of the toy lines that are showcased at New York Comic Con. I know it was 2 or 3 years ago when that last movie came out. He was definitely kind of showing it off during like some of the Disney panels and stuff. But yeah, this is always a trip to me to kind of see this shit, in movies and stuff. And then this one right here, this Banshee looks pretty dope. I guess that's the one to the Colonel. So it's pretty cool. Did you pay for the date or did she take you out? Bro, I had to pay for both tickets, but I remember just thinking like, man, $50. I was like, bro, that shit is high, bro. I was like, fuck, man. I was like, dude, $50. I remember just saying that, like, dude, does this shit come with a damn copy to the movie? Shout out to Wave. He says, bro, you tripping? This movie go, and it's supposed to be 4 or 5 in total. What the fuck? I don't know. I got to rewatch that first one to kind of just brush up on. I remember the story. Like, I remember they were like gonna go in there. Like he got sent in there to kind of do recon, and he's like, "Oh, these people, we need to save them." Falls in love with the chick or whatever. I didn't watch the second one, but I see what's up with it, man. But yeah, I do remember hearing about that there were gonna be like 4 or 5 of them. So I guess these are the next two, and then there's two more after that. Oh man, I don't know, but I gotta watch that second one then, man. My man Wavy says it's pretty good, but Wavy, you said fucking Superman was a 9 out of 10, bro. So I don't know how seriously I take your opinion, man. Walter Gianni says, "What's up, Omar?" Yo, Walter, man, what's good with you, man? Welcome, welcome. Fighting Conan said, "Whoever McFarlane pays to get all these licenses, they definitely earn their pay." Yeah, it's like this dude. This dude got it in with like Warner Brothers. He got it in with Disney, pretty good. Like DC, Marvel, and it's like, you know what? I remember when he lost the DC license. I was like, man, where does he go? Where does he go from here? But I feel like he's still gonna be able to survive. It's just it just depends a lot on the media that's out, man. If there's no good movies out, it's hard for fucking toy companies to make shit of it, man, and that's what pisses me off sometimes when you see just like rehashes of stuff. It's like, bro, we gotta come out with new shit, man. That's why I feel like that AI shit. A lot of people want to be against AI, but you know what, dude? I think it's just gonna allow for better content out there from different people that don't have the money, obviously, to make a fucking full length movie. Maybe they could kind of create their own characters, generate their own scripts and stuff, and have a movie popping off and stuff. Because yeah, a lot of the times these big budget movies, it's like the normal human being is not going to be able to produce something like this. So, what options do we have? But I feel like with AI, it's going to allow for shit as long as people aren't ripping off other ideas or just copying and pasting and stuff. Which there is going to be that, and yeah, I can see the pushback on that. But I feel like people that have like original ideas, they just don't have the budget or the means to get it out there to the world. I feel like that a door is going to be open for them a lot easier. So gotta wait to see. But yeah, when I see shit like this, I'm like, it's cool to see toy lines of it because, like I said, he tricks it out. This shit right here just looks cool as fuck. Like this looks dope. I kind of want to get this shit just to use it as a mount for something. It just looks crazy. So yeah, I gotta get props to Todd for this line because I know he did like a mech for this shit. And then these figures look pretty good too. Like aside from those huge ass pins and the pretty ugly articulation when it comes to the elbows, it just looks like that elbow is broken right here on the left. Um, Aside from that, like certain aesthetics that McFarlane figures have, I still feel like he puts together pretty decent stuff. Because yeah, like I said, who would engineer this? Hasbro would never do this. Like they would never do this fucking Banshee. That's just a fact. So pretty cool. Like if you're a fan of this line, there is something out there. And that's what I like to see, that there is like toys out there for this stuff, because like shit, that's just how it used to be, man. Everything that came out on TV shows, movies, cartoons, like there would be toys for it. And I feel like Todd is like he's still out there taking risks, doing some of this stuff where Hasbro ain't doing that shit. They're not doing anything like that. They couldn't even do a damn Fortnite line, motherfuckers. Like shit, they were so cheap with that shit. Where if Todd, decided to make any movie that came out, I think he would put his best foot forward a lot of the times, or at least try to, because from there he's also putting out more Mortal Kombat stuff, and like I said, certain aesthetics that people don't like, I could definitely agree. They'll have nitpicks on it, scale, articulation, all that. But hey, he's still trying different stuff. This Mortal Kombat Classic line. I think the Scorpion and Sub Zero just charged on BBTS. If you have those on pre-order, I saw those come in stock today. Where I don't know, I'm maybe dabbling in them. I kind of want to see a couple reviews on them, but I know what I'm getting if I do get them. It's classic Todd. It's nothing special. So we got Raiden going up on the 10th. We got Reptile. And then he's already getting these reuses in there. He's getting them repacked. So we get these 2 packs. We got the Reptile with the fucking lizard head sculpt, with the player 2 Liu Kang, and then we get a bloody Scorpion with the player 2 Raiden. So it's like there ain't much that he could do with this line outside of just repaint some player 2s and shit. So I'm sure we'll see a player 2 Scorpion, but for now we got a bloody version of that. So I'm sure we'll get bloody versions of everything else, and that'll be plenty fine. But I don't know, man. Just for Mortal Kombat, I feel like the average person that sees these like at Target, they might cop them, bro. Because look how iconic Raiden looks. It's just such a recognizable character. Sub Zero, Scorpion. Like, man, hell yeah. I know people that just have like video game rooms and stuff. Like, if you have like just if you video game a lot, something like this, just in the shelf somewhere like around your like play area and stuff. But it just looks cool. Like, I always think that that works well for shit like that. I've seen people like that that have, like, the Jazz wearers, like, Halo figures just in their, like, around their Xbox stuff. It just looks cool. Yeah, like your arcade one-ups, you have these figures around there. You know, not everybody's a fucking action figure connoisseur where we want the finest articulation all the time. So it looks cool. It looks like it works well. And then if you bought some of those Storm collectibles Mortal Kombat figures, I only have the Goro, um, and I fucking regret getting that. Not getting that. I think it was Shao Kahn. That one with the throw, and that shit ended up selling out. I'm like, fuck, that looked awesome. But getting like a little shelf display of just these characters with this also 7-inch line, it works. And then I just noticed that this fucking reptile has those translucent legs. So that's pretty interesting, dude. That it's kind of a mix of plastic and stuff. But I don't know. I gotta see how well this line does for Todd, but I honestly don't think it's gonna do the worst how I originally thought. After kind of seeing more and more of the characters, I'm like, hey man, he's kind of moving along with it, as best he can. Obviously, in Mortal Kombat, there's a lot of reuse that could be used, so it's pretty easy to put a toy line together. But like I said, I could definitely see people copping some of these and just putting them in their video game room and stuff, and just being happy with that. And then shit, maybe even for like a fucking little kid or something, and don't know shit, but they just look cool because these characters always look cool as fuck, man. Like these ninja, versions of the characters and stuff, they look dope. Um, Omar paying 50 for hooker dates. Hey, yo. Oh, man. Walter saying, I got that mech crab from Avatar. I put snake eyes in it, or sneak eyes in it. Might have been snake eyes. Yeah, that mech was kind of crazy. I actually wanted to cop it. I think it went down to like $30. I passed, but I should have got it. Wavy saying Soups was dope. It was, but it was no 9 out of 10, bro. Oh man, the hooker dates. My man Boncho, yo, what up, Boncho? Dog, it's Sunday. What did I smoke? I know. I was just shout out to the Tuesday crew, guys. You guys are all the Tuesday crew now. Oh man, I know I had to split the show in two, man. There's just so much to talk about that. Yeah, I wanted to kind of not miss out on this stuff also because it's just cool, man. I just like talking toys with different people, seeing what your guys' thoughts on the stuff is also. Because yeah, I want to see. I want this hobby to stay well and good. So it's always kind of cool to kind of talk about the stuff coming out as it comes out. Walter saying McFarlane need to go pinless Mayfix style. Oh man, that would be the fucking day, right? Like, god damn, man. I don't think it's that much to ask for, but it's crazy to see that his line has come out and like it's just never gonna happen. And for somebody that didn't really like articulation, I think he would have done like the best attempt to hide it. And it's just like he didn't hide it. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like if I hated articulation, I would be like, all right, we're putting single joints on this motherfucker, pinless. I don't give a fuck. If people want articulation, that's all I'm giving them. But man, he never made any kind of attempt to hide it. It just I don't know. It's just always an eyesore for sure. But I don't know. You kind of learn to get over it, I guess. Like I said, I still got a couple of the McFarlanes, that Deathstroke in this fucking week or last week. So yeah, it's pluses and minuses all around. Cause like I said, this motherfucker got toe hinges on this shit, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. Like the range of motion on the torso is pretty good too. He's got like fucking yeah, he's got pretty good articulation, but like, dude, I would have done way more to try to hide those fucking huge ass pins in the arms and stuff. That to me is the most unsightly out of all the McFarlane aesthetics. I can be okay with like the 7-inch figure, but the elbow joints is just to me always look like a fucking eyesore. Wavy saying I'd cop a OG Shang Tsung. Yeah, there you go. I would get a couple of figures if he even makes like a Sonya Blade. I might think about copping that. D Rock saying the only thing with Raiden is that Tunic looks like he works at Walmart. Oh man, it kind of does, huh? I think the angle is all kind of fucked up, but yeah, something about it and his like little rice hat kind of looks. It doesn't look quite right. Wasn't his shit a little bit more wider? Like I don't know, man. But after seeing this, it's like, damn, dude. It would have been so cool to see, like, a Storm Marina do, like, a Mortal Kombat line. It's like, I think they might eventually, but, man, for right now, I think it's just this is this is pretty much what's out there, you know? But, yeah, you're right, that shit does look like a fucking Walmart apron. Shit, man. Fighting Conan saying, "The real Tuesday Crew, it's in the name." Yeah, there you go. Tuesday Crew in the house, man. Tuesday Crew, this is the real Tuesday Crew. Shout to 8. Yeah, I know. Shout to the Tuesday Crew, guys. You guys are awesome. Shit, man. But yo, from there we move into like I said, we talked about this previously, but Harley Quinn looks like it's still funding. I actually got my pre-order in before the show today. I was like, yo, I gotta remember to cop this shit. It was just so weird of an experience to just try to order this shit because it's like your contribution, and you put in the number, and then it was just like I just put it in, I press, and I'm like, did I just buy this shit or what the fuck happened? Because it wasn't like, oh, it didn't give me any kind of like invoice or anything. It was just like, thank you for your contribution. And I'm like, what? What the fuck did I click, bro? So hopefully I got this shit coming because I know I clicked 34.99 plus shipping. So hopefully this shit goes through. I'm gonna be expecting this shit, Todd, you motherfucker. And the only reason I bring this up is because it looked like Hot Toys is putting out a couple of versions of this character as well. We got the Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad Artisan Edition, and I gotta say, man, this Margot Robbie looking pretty good. I think I like more the one that came out in that recent James Gunn Suicide Squad movie with the red and black. I remember when that Hot Toys was revealed. I was like, wow, that looks fucking awesome, man. For a movie Harley Quinn, I was like, damn, that looks good. Where this one, the likeness kind of seems okay, but I don't think I'd be staring at the face too much. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I don't know if the Todds is gonna come out looking like this, but it better, it better, guys. Because yeah, man, Hot Toys coming out pretty hot with this one, dude. Like, it just kind of trips me out that a lot of companies are going back to older stuff, but there's not really a lot of current shit out to be made. So I think they got to kind of cash in still with some of this stuff, especially if they've never made it in the past. But Artisan Edition, this one is exclusive to the Hot Toys site, and kind of the difference in this one is that the rooted hair comes with this version. Where to me, it was just kind of make it too much for of a doll look, you know. But it is a pretty cool looking Hot Toys, man. I do gotta say, especially like I said, that fucking sculpt on it, it's pretty nice. I would definitely have it like on the rotating fucking, tray and stuff. We're just spinning all the time, so you can definitely get a couple looks at it all the time. But overall, it looks pretty cool. And there is two versions of it. So if you're not a fan of the rooted hair, you do have the classic, just sculpted out hair, where I think it looks better, dude. I just think the sculpted out hair, even the likeness looks better on this. Like, I don't know why, but this one right here, it just looks kind of like the hair just doesn't look right. It looks kind of like a fucking wig, And right here, it just has like the shading in the hair. Where right here, it's just like bleach blonde. where it kind of need like a little bit of those like roots to be a different color, and it just makes for a better look overall. Like this Margot Robbie head sculpt to me just looks better than that artisan one. Where the artisan one is more expensive, so I don't know who would go in for that version, but overall, it's not a bad Hot Toys, man. Like I said, if you've accumulated a lot of these live action Batman villains or just Batman figures in general, like this would be a pretty cool one. I do think she did make for a good looking Harley Quinn. It just probably wasn't the best version of Harley Quinn we'll ever see in a movie. I liked her more in that James Gunn Suicide Squad movie, but I did like this look. And like I said, I'm happy to go in for that McFarlane because I don't have the fig arts of this. It's just such a good looking figure, costume wise. You know what I mean? Wink, wink. So definitely a good one for Hot Toys fans. I saw a lot of people kind of digging on this, and I think it's going to be one that sells really well for them. Maybe I don't know if they've done like a Jared Leto Joker, but fuck, I don't think I would want to go in for that shit. I think I would just be plenty happy with this, and maybe kind of putting it in display with my Heath Ledger Joker. I always think that's a cool kind of contrast or whatever. Getting different movies but same kinds of characters together. The first Avatar came out 16 years ago. That must have made your date how old? Hope she at least a first base. Yeah, I think I was in senior year. We were in senior year. I think I might have just graduated. I can't remember when that came out. 16 years ago? When the fuck was 16 years ago? 2009? Yeah, I think I just graduated, but I remember going out to watch that movie and I was like, $50. God shit, got me fucked up, but I mean, I was already working, so whatever. How much is that McFarlane Harley? I ordered the Hot Toys Harley. It's iconic. Is it now this one or the artisan one or the other one? Because the other one to me was a lot better, bro. She just like more maniacal. I was like, wow, but both versions would be cool. I would be happy to get both, but that other one was it just looks so fucking good. I remember when that went up for pre-order. That was a good one, but this one right here, the McFarlane, I paid 34.99 because I got the one that came with like the accessories, but just the one body. So I was like, it's just this figure, but it has like the jacket, the hands, the guns. And that's 34.99 plus shipping. So I was like, ah, whatever. But it's crazy because when I clicked it, it just said, thank you for your contribution. I'm like, no, thank you for my purchase, you mean? It's like I didn't contribute shit, motherfucker. I'm getting my figure. Shit, it's just so dumb for Todd to do that fucking crowdfund thing. And it looks like it's not even funded yet. I do think it is, but I think I think it's got to go after the funding goal where they could officially say that you purchased it. Sculpted hair. Okay, yeah, this thing is looking good, man. Like seriously, it's just such a good look for this character. Um, this fucking sex sells, baby. You know what I mean? Sex fucking sells, and like, dude, it ain't gonna get more sexier than this a lot of the time. So yeah, I could definitely see this thing selling well. Like I said, for just those fucking live action displays that people might be having. Even though it might not have been the greatest movie, it's like, who cares, man? It's like, who gives a fuck? Oh shit. So yeah, pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Hot Toys. Hot Toys been pretty quiet lately though. I think they've only been doing like special editions and stuff. So this one kind of caught me off guard. It was just kind of a more older movie, but hey, it's still good. Like they put together a pretty good one. And then staying on this 1/6 train, moving to the Mondo 1/6 Daredevil from the Spider-Man animated series. And it's pretty cool, like I said, to kind of continue this line. It kind of looks like it's lost a little bit of steam. I don't really hear too many people going in for him just because, like I said, it's when you get some of these characters, you want them to be more than vanilla posed. And what Mondo's offering in these 1/6 figures, it just doesn't look like it's going to do a lot. It's like right here, it's got him whirling this thing. It's pretty much it. But sculpt wise and paint, it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of like it popped out of the animated series, but I just feel like I don't know. They gotta bring this shit to an end eventually because it doesn't. Like I said, it just doesn't look like you're getting much out of this. If I wanted like animated series looks in a 1/6 scale, I think I wouldn't mind like a dope ass statue or something because you're not really getting much out of these figures. So I just think it's a little bit too gimmicky at this point. I think I would have just been plenty happy with maybe just Spider-Man, the Venom. But to get a Daredevil where he only came out in a few episodes, it's like, okay, I guess it gives him a reason to get the Daredevil out there. but it just you're not getting much figure wise. You're just pretty much getting a good shelf presence if you want to go that deep in that stuff. But even then, it's like if I want Spider-Man the animated series, I just want Spider-Man and his rogues gallery. I don't want a fucking Matt Murdock and shit. Like, so it's kind of lame, honestly. But I think this is gonna be New York Comic Con exclusive, so it might be a limited amount. And it's just kind of trips me out that like Hasbro bit these motherfuckers so fucking hard that like when these guys came out, obviously they did the cell shading, and fucking Hasbro had a bite on them and start pumping out VHS figures for X-Men and Spider-Man and anime series. It was just so lame. It's like, you dumb motherfuckers. Even though that Daredevil goes for a lot, it just trips me out because it's like you got to put another Daredevil out there, and I think they are, especially when you got more Secret Wars figures coming out. Because today it looks like that Iceman went up for pre-order, and I locked it up. I was like, you know what, this is a good looking Iceman. So I definitely went in for this, but it just leaves me wondering when are they going to reveal the rest of the Secret Wars waves? Maybe in a couple of days in New York Comic Con, because Hasbro is going to be there in full effect, and yeah, we'll probably be seeing another Secret Waves wave of figures. So I could definitely see like a Daredevil in there, maybe a Doc Ock. Just a lot of characters that could get put into that. I think maybe a Falcon could get going there. So we'll see. We'll see what they got revealed and stuff because looks like G.I. Joe's already getting ahead of the pack. They already started kind of revealing some renders throughout the week. We got Hit and Run, and man, not a lot of people are really digging this one, man. I think it was a really anticipated figure to get revealed eventually. I think it's like a fan favorite for people just because he has such a badass look to him. Definitely looks like some fucking special ops, fucking Green Beret type motherfuckers, or yeah, special ops at least, special forces guys. He's got the full decked out camo, the faceplate. But man, when you look at that vintage figure, it's like, and then you expect something in more modern version. It's like I think people were expecting a lot more, but man, people are really picking this thing apart, even down to like the fucking M16 and like the sights on it to the boots with the tongue sticking out. Like people are really taking a dig at this thing. So I don't know. I still think it makes for a good looking Joe. And I think the only thing that leaves people with a little bit of hesitation is like, when are they going to do the retro version of this? Or are they going to do a retro cardback version of stuff? If it already looks super retro or super vintage looking, then, maybe they might not get around to doing a retro cardback. But I think people are thinking that they are going to get a retro cardback of this one because this one just looks all kinds of fucked up apparently. But to me, I don't know. I can't really tell that big of differences and why it would be a whack figure. I think it still looks cool, and I think it's still gonna sell really well because, like I said, it's a really more of a fan favorite character. And yeah, that name is pretty badass. Hit and Run. So we'll see. We'll see when this actually has like a full reveal to it. This is just early renders. Because from there we got the fucking mole rat. I think it's like a second phase version or something, some kind of zombie or some kind of shit. Well, this to me just looks disgusting as fuck. Like, I don't know. I kind of like that gas mask head sculpt. That looks kind of cool, but I don't know. These fucking mole rat figures. I'm not really copped any of them, but they do look like they make for cool army builders, especially since you get those three head sculpts. You get like fucking 4 or 5 of these things, pop different head sculpts on them. You get a whole crew of different looks. So that would be pretty cool, you know. But so far only early renders along with Lifeline, and this is another one that people are kind of picking apart also. More so because of that rescue that's on his leg and shit, I guess. And the vintage figure it went all the way across his leg, where it's just like, come on, guys, you're gonna nitpick everything, but I guess that's just how it goes for GI Joe fans, man. It's like a hardcore fan base. I mean, it's a fucking it's a blue chip IP toy line, so it's like they definitely have their hardcore fan base. They're gonna have their nitpicks on stuff, But overall, I think it looks pretty interesting. It's probably more so for that medic crew. I think who's the other one that came out, Doc. So it's kind of cool to team him up with him and stuff. Kind of have one guy flying the fucking helicopter or something. So pretty interesting. Got to kind of wait and see when this gets fully revealed. Also, I'm always looking forward to like the photography that they put together with that shooting the galaxy guy. How he just incorporates these figures into photography and just sells the fuck out of them. So I could definitely see some cool shots with this dude for sure. Him and Doc. And even these guys too, like he's gonna get crazy with that photography when he got these things because they just look all kinds of fucked up, you know? It's like, oh fuck, they look pretty gnarly and intense. So I don't know. Coding is saying it's no tax if it's crowdfunding, so they have to use the legal verbiage. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Maybe Ty can not fuck himself then. G.I. Joe renders nothing but heat coming. I like them all. Okay, my man Hustle in the house, liking this shit. More rats compliment the monster for zombie troopers. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, for sure you could get some good use out of them for army builders and stuff. And yeah, they have like a specific look to them that you don't really see too often, like on other figures and shit. So you could definitely use this for like other stuff outside of GI Joe's. It just has like a fucking gnarly look to it. And then we get the Night Viper that I think was revealed yesterday, and this one looks pretty cool, man. Like shit, I don't know much about like uh, too many Joes and stuff, but you know the Vipers are always cool. And this one being the Night Viper to take on the Night Force team, it's like yeah, this shit looks sick. That fucking sniper rifle looks interesting. You got the backpack and all that stuff. Not too big of a loadout, but I think the figure itself looks pretty dope. I like the colors on that shit. I like that neon cobra. It looks pretty dope. So yeah, I saw a lot of excitement for this one. Definitely see this one selling heavy. I actually got to go buy some Vipers. I think they're on Amazon for like 18 bucks. I want to get a couple more of those. But yeah, easy army builder right here. They're definitely going to be eating good off of this shit. So not bad, not bad. So far so good. And then Big Lob was revealed today. So we got this I think this was like a mail away figure or something, or some kind of collector edition figure or something. You had to be in some kind of collector group. And I think a lot of people were kind of nitpicking this because it just looks like an interesting character that's like this doesn't look like an army guy. He's holding a fucking basketball, but I don't know, it just makes for fucking Joes. I think he was like a movie character, right? So it's not like character that came out in the cartoons and stuff, but I don't know. I think it's still gonna sell well just because that basketball and stuff. It just adds something different. Big lob. And then the guns look pretty cool too. Good amount of stuff on them and everything. So yeah, we'll be seeing this one when it comes out. And I gotta wonder, are they using that starting lineup body also? Because shit, we saw that Gambit with that starting lineup torso. Now we have this one with the fucking same kind of torso. It's like, man, fucking Hasbro, they really laid a fucking egg with that starting lineup line, man. That fucking NFTs bullshit really screwed them over with that. I think that line would have still been going. I think they had the baseball stuff lined up next, the football stuff lined up next, and just nothing ever came of it, man, because that shit was just scrapped as soon as those NBA figures came out. They were just too expensive, you know, just too expensive to kind of come out for something really niche. You know, sports fans are crazy, but they're not always action figure collectors, and then action figure collectors are pretty crazy, but they're not always sports fans. So it's like you really had to offer something a lot better, but it looks like Hasbro is getting reuse of that tooling somehow, some way, you know. So I gotta wonder if it is that same body, but it looks like a fun character or a fun figure at least. Big Lob with the updated hairline, I love it. Yeah, my man, Big Lob. Ace K saying Scotty Pippen. Yeah, there you go. Got Scotty Pippen. GI Joe is fantasy army IP. Why is the fandom? Yeah, so picky. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of why people kind of counter those arguments with it. It's like, bro, this is fantasy, bro. It's not like legit army line and stuff. I mean, seriously, if you're gonna nitpick that, you can fucking nitpick this all day. It's like, what the fuck is this, bro? It's like, come on, man. This is just makes for fun toys, you know. And like I said, just, you don't have to buy every single fucking thing all the time, but this one is definitely gonna stand out on the shelf. This is a lot taller than most of the Joe guys, but I just think it's interesting. It looks like they are using some of that tooling from that starting lineup figure because I think they fucking had to. They fucking had to, man. Joes are on fire this year. Yeah, they are. They're pretty. They're knocking shit out pretty good, man. Hard fast ain't pass. Hard fast pass with that shit with the John Stockton pass. But yeah, we'll see what's up with this at New York Comic Con. So it's only a couple days away. I believe they have a panel on Friday midday. So definitely gonna take a look at that stuff next week or this week. Forgot when I'm doing the fucking show. So we'll take a look at that stuff on Sunday. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff around the corner from Hasbro. I gotta wonder what Marvel Legends has up their sleeve because they've been really fucking quiet lately. And see what Transformers has because it looks like 3 Zeros coming out with some dope shit. super official MDLX Optimus Prime comic book edition. So if you guys are reading those current comics and stuff, it's fucking awesome to see Optimus with the fucking Megatron arm. Where man, I feel like Hasbro is just sleeping on this. I've seen a lot of people do this just customized. Even with the YOLO Park stuff, you could easily just pop a fucking Megatron arm on the Optimus. But getting something officially released is always a plus, man, because you know you get the whole packaging, you get the whole presentation, the whole experience. So you know, it looks like 3.0 is pretty smart. You know, where I would think this is something that Hasbro could easily have fucking done. But it's Hasbro, they're fucking morons. So we got the Optimus, and then we got the Cliff Jumper also from that series. So pretty cool, kind of more stylized than how they look in the comic. But man, with that fucking with that artwork, it's just like yeah, you're gonna have to stylize them a bit differently all the time anyway. You know. So yeah, this looks pretty cool. I don't know if I'll go in for it myself just because I don't really pick up a lot of any of the MTLX stuff, but I thought it was cool that they are getting ahead with this comic book versions and stuff where it's like that's just easy to do, you know. I don't know why they don't do it. And then it looks like Transformers Bumblebee Starscream is also coming out, so we get a fucking DLX Starscream, and yeah, this looks pretty badass. You know, this is gonna be definitely more than those MDLX versions, but this actually looks pretty cool. You know, if you're a collector of this DLX line, just like a live action kind of G1 inspired Starscream, it's pretty cool. But as far as I know, did he come out in that Bumblebee movie? I think he came out like in the beginning, right, with like the rest of them. But I thought the main character to that looked like Starscream, but wasn't it somebody else? I forgot who it was, but it wasn't Starscream, and I remember that pissed a lot of people off because it's like, motherfucker, you could have just made this Starscream, but they kind of took Starscream's colors and they put it on another character. So that's kind of dumb. And then it looks like the Age of the Primes figures are getting more teases and stuff. So probably going up for pre-order soon. I already kind of talked about these a little bit, but here we kind of get their transformation. So we got a Sure Shot, um, Jalopy, Wind Charger, Blast Off, Arachnid, and then the Quintus Prime, I think he's called. So ugly looking motherfucker, but I don't know. I think I'm good on this whole wave right here, except for this blast off right here. I think I want to get him. I think I want to build those Combaticons combiner out. And this wind charger looks pretty cool too. But other than that, I'm mostly just copping a lot of the YOLO Park stuff, but I didn't see too much of YOLO Park. I just during Wonder Festival, I just kind of saw their Beast Wars stuff that I didn't even bring up on the show. But man, one thing that I did see there was this fucking Metal Slug line, and man, I can't wait for this shit to go over pre-order. These look like a shit ton of fun, dude. Like kind of more smaller than 112, but since they are video games, I think they just work, man. You know, especially like I said, like on a video game shelf or something. Um, you get the fucking ostrich with the guns and shit. I always just love these mounts in that game, man. I want to get this ostrich, that fucking tank that they always jump into. But this line looks pretty fun. I think it's not gone up for pre-order yet, but I honestly can't wait for it to go up for pre-order because like I said, I want that fucking tank, man. That little chibi ass chunky tank is just always so cool. I always love the design to that. So yeah, these are gonna be part of the AMK YOLO Park series. But yeah, I just want to see how much they are and how they're packed out because if they're like a fucking multi-pack, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that more so than just getting them individually because that'll probably just be a pain in the ass. But yeah, give me that fucking tank and that ostrich. These just look like a shit ton of fun, man. That you could definitely get like all kinds of photography done well with them. I know a lot of people were digging on that Tunchi line and stuff, but man, those things sold out pretty fast. And they were kind of pricey. They were kind of pricey when they originally came out. Now I think more so in the aftermarket, but yeah, Metal Slug is always cool, man. So more the merrier. We'll be seeing these as they roll out. And then I gotta jump over to the Boss Fight Studio stuff. It's like they got a fucking Conan as well coming out. I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm Conan the fuck out, man. Like, goddamn, bro. Everybody getting this Conan fucking license. It's like, fuck, man. I want to get that Heroic Signatures one. Like I said, I just recently picked up that Frazetta Girls one. I dug that one. I was like, yo, that shit's fire. It's like, god damn, man, how much Conan is too much Conan? You know, Mesco's coming out with their movie stuff. It's like fucking shit, bro. Super 7 does Conan. It's like, fuck. who's buying all these guys? Because this part of their Epic Hacks line, it's like, they kinda look kinda cool, like, he does kinda look kinda cool, kinda looks like it would fit, like, with your Marvel Legends and stuff, especially for, like, a Savage Land Conan display or something. I mean, a Savage Avengers Conan, display and stuff, but, man, like I said, it's just so many versions that I don't wanna get too many, and I think 2 is too many. So to get 4 or 5 versions of them, it's just like fucking shit, but it does look like they are offering a good spread of stuff, but to see the price at 65 bucks, it's like, "Holy shit, guys. That's kinda pricey." That's not like a domestic Marvel Legends price at all, I know even with the upcharges and tariffs, like, this is a lot of money, and for what you're getting compared to stuff, that's a bad thing, dude. When you have so much competition, you gotta price your shit right, and it's like, I think that Frazetta Girls one was like 80 bucks, and so this one's 65. It's like, I think I'm good. I haven't seen what's up with that Heroic Signatures one, but man, that shit is fucking that shit is like a lot better for me to cop to invest in, and then this one, I just something about this that they're only early renders and stuff, but like I said, that Red Sonya, I never went in for it, but I don't know, it doesn't look bad and it doesn't look great. It's like kind of in the middle. But for 65 bucks, these better be fucking great, and I just don't think they are. Then I forgot the name of this chick. I had it at the tip of my tongue, but it's kind of cool that they are kind of incorporating this like interchangeable kind of accessories and stuff. So you can kind of give them different looks. You got like different parts for the arm, the breast assists and stuff. So that is kind of cool. So for 65 bucks, I feel like they're trying something. They're like, hey, we're kind of giving you two looks. So, another company would just be like, all right, you're gonna buy this Conan, now you're gonna buy the armored Conan. We're right here. It's like, no, we're just gonna give you one figure with like all the accessories to kind of give them different looks. So for that, it's a plus, but man, 65 is just it just seems too high, bro. Like too high, you know what I mean? It's like it's cheaper than other stuff, but I don't know why these guys just don't have that like brand to it to fucking to uh to price it that high. I just feel like they don't have that branding, correctly. Hustle saying Metal Slug line fire. Wait, you're saying giving a black guy a basketball is a wild work. Isn't that what he came out with though in the movie? Was he playing basketball? Oh shit, man. That's crazy. Nah, it's not. You reaching the basketball is a play on his name, Big Lob. Yeah, he was playing basketball in the fucking movie, man. It's like Big Lob, homie. Lob that shit in, bro. Omar, did you go in on that boss right, Roxy London? What the fuck is that? Are you guys fucking with me in the chat, bro? Box right? Oh fuck, man. Is that a typo? Conan and Snake Eyes are racing for Optimus Prime status. Yeah, dude. I feel like Conan is like the most produced figure this fucking year. Like, god damn, bro. There's like I'll even take a look at some of those Savage Crucible ones and even dub some of those like a potential Conan figure because there's like definitely some inspiration a lot of the times. And then you even got like that Four Horsemen Barbarian. It's just like they gave him like a Conan head sculpt also, where it's like, come on, dude. Like it's just too much. It's just I don't know. I just think it's too much. It's just overdone. Like they need to slow down with that shit. Like, but I don't know. If the stuff is selling, then I guess so. Obi-Wan saying the female fig from this line looks cool, but I'm waiting for Frazetta Ghost to put out more female figs. Yeah, the Frazetta Girl stuff is cool, and man, like I said, after we saw what was popping off at Wonder Festival, like there's a fucking slew of female bodies that just look. You're gonna be able to like dress them up in all kinds of barbarian gear, warrior type gear that is just gonna be far superior to anything from out here in these domestic lines. Like I said, this just looks like a glorified Marvel Legends. Some of the loose collector stuff looks like glorified Marvel Legends too. Where I guess this kind of priced up around the same, but I gotta see what's up with Boss Fight. I don't have anything in hand from them, so I can't really speak on it myself. But to me, it just looks like not as good quality as some other stuff. But I could be completely wrong on that. It could be just as good. But like I said, I don't know, something rubbed me the wrong way about that $65 price point, but either way, I probably wouldn't have gone in for them either way, even if they were cheaper, so the fuck am I talking about? But overall, I like the head sculpt on it, since it's early render, I do hope it does come out like that, but, you know, it might not be for me, but other people might be stoked on this, so we gotta see. We gotta see on that. But yep, that's the stuff from Boss Fight, and then like I said, Savage Crucible. I forgot to mention this on Sunday, but they were also at Wonder Festival, so they had a couple of reveals there in booth shots. Where this is the Frazetta figure, so we get the Kubla Khan, I think his name is, or Kubla Khan. And shit, shout out to the Frazetta, I mean Frazetta Go. Shout out to Savage Crucible team, man. They were actually having a live stream right before I came up here. And shout out to Nikki Nicole, man. Apparently her dad's not doing so great, man. So she's probably gonna be away from the company for a while. But shout out to her, man. She does awesome work. She's a really cool person. She's always hopping on different live streams and stuff. So I hope everything with her pops is well, man. I hope she does well. And yeah, prayers out to her and stuff. But yeah, kind of a bummer when they started the show. They kind of brought it up because yeah, she was really excited to kind of bring up these snake men. If you guys know anything about her, she's studied like different types of animals, and that's kind of where they get a lot of their paint work for some of their figures. They're like revolve around realistic reptiles. I know when they did their fucking their lizard men, a lot of them had like these specific paint jobs on the skin and stuff, and they were actually kind of resemble real lizards. And the same thing was kind of being said about these snake men. They do have like these like more realistic patterns, realistic color decos and stuff, and they are based on like real life fucking snakes. So that is cool. And the figures themselves, I gotta say, they look fucking. Normally, I'm not the biggest fan of Snake Man, but these motherfuckers actually look pretty badass. From what I understand, like these inboot shots really don't do it justice to this wave. So I'll probably double back and talk about it again. But just because we didn't have like a full kind of reveals on their site or anything, but like some of their necks swap out, some of their heads swap out and stuff, so you could kind of give them different kinds of looks. But this motherfucker right here was the one that stood out to me with the fucking snakes coming out of his head and shit. It's just like I said, it's just that fantasy inspired line that to me is probably the best shit out there, honestly. Like I know the Frazetta girls are kind of really revolving the stuff around Frazetta artwork and stuff. These guys feel like they're doing their own thing, also kind of doing some Frazetta inspired stuff, also doing licensed Frazetta work. Yeah, Savage Crucible is fucking killing it, man. Like I'm only picking up a few of their stuff here and there, like a couple of stuff from each wave, but so far I've been digging everything that they put out. Like the Lizardmen that they did, I dug a couple of them. I had to backtrack and buy a couple more. The Barbarian wave that they put out, I liked a lot. I like that fucking Warrior Ball and Chain. And then these Snake Man, like I said, I don't really dig on the Snake Man a lot of the times when it comes to the Masters of the Universe stuff, but these motherfuckers just look fucking dope. Like they look gritty, and like I said, that paint jobs that they kind of select on their figures, it just gives them a more realistic grit to them. That, like I said, man, shout out to Nikki Nicole. If she really gets down with their work, they have a really good team with them as far as sculptors and painters go. Yeah, I'm excited to see more of their stuff. And this being wave four, it's like it's still an early line, like it's crazy to see how far they've come in such a short amount of time. But to only be at wave four, it's like I like it, and I like that it's not another goddamn Kickstarter because we've seen plenty of companies come out and it's like they do a Kickstarter, okay. Wave one comes out, wave two, another Kickstarter, okay. Wave three, it's like, no, dude, fuck you guys. It's like, yo, get your shit off the ground and then continue your shit from that fucking first couple of waves. It's like enough of that crap. So I like to see this. This is pretty cool. And it doesn't look like they're flooding you with like 10-figure wave or whatever, or 8-figure wave. It's just a few, get your fucking beak wet, and yeah, they'll kind of continue from there. Maybe get like a couple exclusives off of these bodies, but these look really cool. And those two barbarians that were exclusive at Wonder Festival, I can't wait to see those go up on maybe their site or maybe like 5K Toys. But I got to go back and watch that live stream as soon as I'm done with this show. Maybe I'll watch it tomorrow, listen to it at work. But I want to see when this wave goes up for pre-order because definitely want to cop some of this shit. This shit's looking dope, man. So Pretty cool, man. I actually kind of caught me off guard when I first saw these. I like I said, I forgot to bring them up on Sunday, but I didn't know that they were already kind of pumping out a wave four. I actually forgot about their teasers that they had on their Instagram. So this is pretty cool. Pretty cool shit. Code name saying Conan. Oh shit, my bad. I read that. That female fig from this line looks cool. Oh my bad. I'm already reading older shit. G.I. Joe gets pretty wild. There's also a guy with a football jersey named Bazooka. Guy, no clue what's his weapon of choice. Boss fight Roxy London. No, I didn't. You know what? Now I remember what you're talking about. No, I didn't get that one. Did that one come out? Because yeah, I remember that like fucking like that space chick, huh? I forgot about that shit. This shit tripped me out. Did you go in on that boss, right? Fox Roxy London? Oh man, I tripped the fuck out when I read that. I was like, what the fuck is that? I don't like this wave of Savage Crucible. Really, I actually think it's pretty cool, man. Honestly, when I first saw it, I think I saw this one and I was just like, it looks kind of because it doesn't have any armor or anything. I was just looks a little plain. But seeing this one, I thought this one was dope as fuck. But then seeing this one and then this one right here to the left of them, I'm like, you know what? It looks really dope. And like I said, I was watching a little bit of that live stream before I came up on here. And I was like, the way they're kind of describing how you can kind of like swap out the heads and stuff. I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty interesting, you know? I don't know. I think they're gonna look better in final production as well too. Because like I said, the paint selection that they pick out right here is always cool. It always stands out a lot more than when I first see them like just rendered out or just like when they go up on their solicitations. Like seeing them shits in hand, they just pop a lot more. But I'll see. I'm gonna see about getting a couple of these for sure. This dude, I'm copping this guy. Like any kind of snake warrior. This guy looks like a head honcho type of motherfucker too. He definitely reminds me of like a Motu inspired character like fucking Snakehead or something. He has like that dope ass look to him. So let's see. Let's see what's up with it. Hard fast saying these make me think that someone needs to come out with a definitive Dr. Connors lizard. Yeah, bro. There's gotta be a fucking third party guy that comes out with that one day. But we'll see. Hustle. Now I can't unsee Savage Crucible lizards being Dr. Connors variants. There you go. That would be pretty cool, right? Just kind of custom your own one, customize your own one. That would actually work. But yo, man, the fantasy stuff didn't stop also at Winter Festival. This is from D20 Fish Toys. So yeah, they had their slew of snake characters as well. And I gotta say, man, a couple of those Savage Crucible snake warriors and then some of these fine snake ladies, it's gonna make for a pretty cool fantasy display. And I think that's what made me intrigued by that Savage Crucible wave as well. Was kind of seeing these and being able to mix and match. You get like a whole snake army and stuff, and that's just cool as fuck. Like these snake goddesses definitely have an interesting look to them. So yeah, I feel like you're getting the best of both worlds. You're gonna get like these like overseas companies doing their fantasy line as well. Kind of mix them with some of the stuff coming out from out here with the Savage Crucible stuff. And the thing I like a lot about Savage Crucible is they're not really leaning in too much on like domestic articulation. They're kind of trying other stuff that you see from import types of companies. And I feel like that's why they can stand their own ground with in a event like this. It's like you are not going to be able to see a fucking Marvel Legends booth at an event like this. It's just going to look so dated, so shit, so cheap. But when you see that Savage Crucible stuff, it's like, yeah, they can hold their own with these companies, because they're doing some other types of articulation as well. Like I've brought up in the past with the elbow articulation, kind of goes into the bicep a little bit, comes out, extends also from like the butterflies that they have on the back of their figures. They do interesting shit where it's like import quality articulation on obviously like more domestic IPs, I guess you could say, with like fantasy and stuff. And yeah, it's cool that they could kind of hold their own with other companies like this. So I'm intrigued by the stuff coming out of D20 and Fish Toys as well. Cause shit, man, been buying some of these damn horses. Now I got to get me a fucking unicorn. This looks awesome. I was like, yo, when I saw this, I was like, damn. I was like, okay, oh fucking K, I'm in for another Fish 20s horse or Fish Toys horse. I mean, Fish 20s. Yeah, this looks fucking cool. Just a fucking unicorn. Like, dude, why not, bro? Why the fuck not, man? This is awesome. Like, damn, this. I was like, yeah, that's where you take that horse body, you kind of take it to the next level. It's like you got to make something else out of that motherfucker. The plain old horse is gonna sell always, but yeah, just a pure white unicorn, like this looks fucking otherworldly. This looks dope as fuck, you know. So hopefully when this goes over pre-order, it's not that much more expensive than the regular horses, but I'm copping this shit. I'm copping it. And it's actually gonna keep me from buying that white horse because like I said, got the brown one, recently got a black one. I was like, I gotta get that white one, just get the trio. But now seeing this, I'm like, nah, that white horse got to be a fucking unicorn now. So I'm excited for that. And then it looks like they are using these bodies also for like these like demonic mounts and shit. These fucking I don't know what the fuck these things are, but it looks cool that they're gonna kind of reuse these bodies more and more. Because yeah, you get like these like wicked looking horses and shit. And this looks intense, you know. This just looks like a fucking army straight out of hell, like pretty dope, you know. So you got a nice pretty unicorn, which I'm going in for, and this is actually not my cup of tea. So as gay as that sounds, like I gotta be honest, bro. I'm in for the unicorn, but this just looking a little too gnarly for me, man. But it definitely pops out. Like I said in the past, you gotta have some color on these motherfucking things, and that bright green, that neon green, that shit pops on these things. So maybe you see what's up with them, man. But some of these figures, I've got a backtrack on, man, because some of these things look dope as fuck, dude. You know, and like I said, these things look like they coming straight out of fucking hell. Racing saying looks legit. Fury Toys is making a Hercules, so it should match. Oh, there you go. Yeah, fuck yeah. Now we're talking. What's the name of his unicorn? Pegasus? Isn't it Pegasus? That shit is sick, man. Those wings are from Joy Toy characters. This is fake news. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about, man? This is fish toys, bro. This is fish. This is the fucking unicorn right there, dude. A Joy Toy horse? Fuck off. You're a Joy Toy shill, bro. Oh shit, man. Dude, this looks awesome. I gotta get this shit. But yeah, dude, like Raisin saying, you give me a Hercules on this shit? I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that, bro. Like that's instant cop now for sure. Majestic Unicorn. Who made this thing of beauty? This is a fish toys. Not don't listen to this guy. You know what the fuck he's talking about. This is a fish toys horse, the D20 studio. So yeah, I gotta get this piece when it comes out. This thing is looking nice, man. Very, very nice. And like I said, I'm probably passing on these guys. Shit, man. But then also at Wonder Festival, we got that 52 Toys booth. So take a look at some of the Predators that they had, some of the alien figures, and got to take a look at this Yoshi Predator coming out soon. So or going up for pre-order soon. Early prototype on it. And they also had that Xenomorph that I can't fucking wait for. This shit just looks like I said, the best articulated xenomorph out there. Like, man, I actually liked like this grayscale one. It just kind of looks a little bit different than what I always imagined the xenomorph to look like. But the fully painted one looks dope. And I believe it went up on HLJ. I don't think it had gone up for pre-order yet. For some reason, I thought it did, but it might have been another one. And then yeah, this is the Fig Light 52 Toys Alien Xenomorph. I think this thing is only 40 bucks on HLJ, so I definitely locked it up. This shit just looks all kinds of cool, man. I can't wait for this shit. Like I said, I've bought a couple of NECAs recently and not been too happy with them. Like, just look at this pose right here. Like, you're not pulling that off with the NECA. No fucking way. I mean, you probably could. You're probably gonna snap that shit at the fucking hip. So that would kind of suck ass. But yeah, this shit looks awesome, man. I can't wait for this shit. And like I said, sculpted out by that dude Yoshi. So it's got really stylized look to it, but it still has something alien to it. It just works well. So I'm excited for this. And yeah, seeing it in the booth right there at Wonder Festival, I'm like, yeah, that shit looks gnarly as fuck. So excited. And I think it comes out next month. So it shouldn't be too far away. You know, it shouldn't be too far away already. I think we saw this last year. So yeah, I don't know if the pre-order hadn't gone up previously, but when I saw it this week, I was like, oh shit, did I not pre-order this? I don't think I did. So yeah, I locked it up. 40 bucks. I was like, that's easy. That's a fucking easy cop, man. Where the fucking NECAs cost like 40, 45 bucks now. So this shit is a fucking yeah, this shit is cool as hell. I can't wait for this shit. Like probably gonna be one of the better figures to come out this year, to be quite honest. So I am not fucking passing on this. That's a female Xena. Hey, yeah, that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing, man. Neon green, neon orange. What's the glowfish going on here? What? Wait, you saying unicorn is a cop? Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That unicorn looks beautiful, man. Like, dude, that is just gonna have so much presence to it. Like, holy shit, man. I gotta take a look at that again, man. Like, damn, dude. Like that is just looks fucking marvelous. Marvelous. Yeah, that looks awesome. And then this is the Fish Toys horses as well, just kind of with a different spin on it. I guess with that I guess they kind of that D20 studio kind of mixes and matches with that Mithril studio also. So they kind of reuse stuff from what I understand, from what I just can kind of gather from images and stuff. But yeah, this is Xenomorph going up for pre-order. And then right before the show, man, SH Figure is coming out with their Tony Chopper. So we got the fucking Straw Hats crew finally in full effect, and looks like they're coming out with an accessory pack also. Everybody gets their beers and shit or their drinks. None of them drink beer. I know Zoro's drinking some beer, but pretty cool little accessory set. I guess they're all gonna have these extra faceplates to kind of go with it and stuff. And yeah, to just kind of give us like I said, when these fools are like celebrating and stuff, it's always a cool look, man. This is like some of the better like One Piece episodes. I remember when I first started watching this, I was like, man, get to the later stuff. But man, once I got to the later stuff, I was like, man, you know what? The early episodes were just a lot funner. They were just funnier and shit, you know? Because yeah, they always have a blast when they're always just talking shit to each other and shit. And then I remember when I first watched One Piece, I was like, this character just looks too goofy. But Tony Chopper is a fucking dope character, man. His backstory is pretty tragic as well. So it's pretty cool. Gotta wait to see how much this is, but I hope it's not more than $40 because this is a small ass character. But Tony Chopper is a fucking awesome character, man, that I can't wait for. And looks like they're going into full gear when it comes to this fucking One Piece line again. Because Marco the Phoenix also going up for pre-order soon. Finally got a painted prototype or a painted figure of it. We had previously only seen a unpainted prototype, and yeah, like I said, they really tricked out on this one, man, with all the effects that they had to do. Motherfucker turns into a phoenix and shit, so they definitely had to do something with like his arms and his legs and shit. And yeah, I can see this thing going for a lot more than $100, maybe like 120-ish or around there, because yeah, it doesn't look like a cheap figure to put together, man. So we'll be seeing this one. I don't think it's gone up for pre-order yet, but this is the One Piece Figure Coliseum in heavyweight category. So yeah, this is Marco from that Marine Ford story arc. And yeah, like I said, that Marine Ford fucking arc is just fucking goated, bro. You get to see all the big time players all in one fucking battlefield and shit. And yeah, he's gonna look really cool with Ace right there, two of the fucking Whitebeard pirates. And like I said, man, I can't wait for fucking Whitebeard. Now you see this guy, you see Ace. It's like, yeah, to have them fucking teamed up right next to each other is gonna look dope as fuck, man. So can't wait for that. And it looks like you get another faceplate for Luffy, so some more DLC for your figures, which is a fucking pain in the ass. But yeah, they're cooking with this shit, man. This is looking dope. Also saying S.H.F, what happened to the Naruto line? Shaking my head. Exactly, bro. That's fucking and nothing has been revealed, huh? Omar got double convinced with Hercules. Better hope they don't make a Hydra. Yeah, I'm getting that Hercules if they do, but you can even customize a Hercules, right? I just want the damn unicorn, but I'm happy for it. They use the wings from the Joy Toy Sanguines for the Sanguines for the wings. They put it on their IG. Omar working for CNN. Isn't that what a fucking dope? I'm sure all these companies reuse stuff any goddamn way, but I'm working for CNN. Hey, fuck you, man. Shit. Took less time for Bandai to show the future art character and then do regular design. Yeah, with the Tony Chopper. Yeah, I didn't like that fucking Egghead Island Tony Chopper. That motherfucker looked like he was a those designs just look ugly as fuck. I don't like them. They just look too futuristic. I like the more classic looking stuff, but Marco's looking dope. And like I said, you team him up with Ace and stuff. I know you didn't really see too many episodes where they're like fighting together, but just them being in the same pirate crew is fucking dope as fuck. So I'm excited for that. And then yeah, like I said, you get more DLC Luffy. That's not bad. And then we gotta move into this absolute banger, man. Where I'm kind of pissed off. These are some P Bandai exclusives, man. We get the Roro Noro Zoro, the King of Hell version. where he fights King, and dude, talk about some of the best animation I've ever fucking seen, man. Those scenes, bro. I was just like, God damn, dude. You had to. I remember rewatching that episode because I was like, fuck, this shit just looks in fucking tense, man. But dude, this is why Zoro is just one of the better fucking characters in that whole fucking anime and shit, that whole manga. He's just so fucking sick. His design, his fight style with the fucking with the sword, like that was always just the coolest shit to me. The motherfucker wields a sword, that shit fucking in his mouth. This figure just looks fucking fantastic though, man. You got the hockey in his arms and stuff. Like, oh, dude, infused into the blades also. This shit just looks all kinds of cool, man. Where I wish they would have fucking splurged a little bit and given us some soft goods, like fucking on his lower half, like his skirt pieces and stuff. That would have just been so much better. But I know you could get that on some GPS law. But man, this figure just looks dope as fuck, where it's kind of pissing me off. This is like the third Zoro in the line, and I bought the previous two. I got the first one that came out from the Wano arc, and then I got that romance Dawn look and stuff with the early Straw Hats look, and then now this one. It's like, God damn it! I should not have bought the first one that came out, but this just it just looks awesome. Where it's like I said, if this is the third one to come out, I'm kind of hesitant going in for it, but it's just such a fucking cool ass look for him that, yeah, with the effects that he has and all that, it's like, yeah, it's really selling the fuck out of it, you know? But yeah, those episodes where he fucking is taking on King, I was like, damn, this dude is just, he's gotten so much stronger from when you're first introduced to this character. It's like, yo, man, this is fucking this is Luffy's right hand man right here, bro. This is fucking greatest swordsman in the world, man. So yeah, this is a dope ass look that because those episodes are just so badass. It's like, man, I gotta have this figure, bro. I see. I'll be sleeping if I don't have this shit, man. But since it's a P Bandai exclusive, I'm like, man, when this thing comes out, and if you don't order it through P Bandai, this is probably gonna be like 120 ish. Where it's like, I don't think this is worth 120, but man, fucking Bandai, you pieces of shit. You're gonna get me for that. Over 140 for Marco. Yeah, you think so? I think so. I think so too, right? It's like, oh fuck. That's outrageous, dude. You know they're gonna do a Whitebeard next. Fuck yeah, I can't wait for that. And I wouldn't mind paying 140 for Whitebeard, but that might be a $200 figure, honestly. Wasn't the Figuarts Wano Zoro trash? Yeah, he was. He was like his legs, his hips and shit didn't really allow any movement. But that's kind of what I'm kind of worried about this one. Let's say doing any kind of updates to this body, it's like this shit might be bunk as fuck, dude. And if I have to pay more than $100 for this shit, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. P-I-S-T, pissed. So I don't know. We gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see for that. But overall, I think this shit was fucking fire. I was like, damn, this thing looks hot. This thing is looking hot as fuck, bro. So yeah, hopefully it comes out fucking better than that first Wano Zoro figure. But just knowing Bandai and how fucking lame they are, pieces of shit that they are, it might not be. It might be fucking trash. But now even kind of looking at this one, I'm kind of worried about like a soft goods from another company because yeah, his like robes are like kind of on his waist too, where that first one was only like the skirt piece. So I don't know how they pull that off, but I'm sure they could kind of figure something out. But yeah, other than that, I would have hoped that they would have done soft goods themselves, man. I mean, come on, Dan. You guys do it for other figures. They could have done it for this one easily, no problem. But man, we got to get into this fucking all new Goku figure, Super Saiyan Son Goku, Fighter of Rage. Oh man, this is fucking dope as fuck, bro. It's just like, man, they're gonna get me for another Goku. Fuck yeah, they are, bro. Like this is just fucking awesome, man. Updated bodies now. We're moving to the 3.0 era, and I gotta say, man, like they're really killing it when it comes to the Dragon Ball Z stuff. Like articulation wise, it looks like they're trying different stuff out. I know they've trying different stuff out with like the knees where at first I didn't really like it, but after seeing a couple of reviews on some of the Daima figures, I'm like, yo, you know what? It actually allows for better movement on the knees where it doesn't break up that knee articulation so much, so it doesn't look so ugly. But man, overall the sculpts, even the face plates and stuff that they have just look a lot better. And then this, man, such an iconic look for fucking Goku, bro. It's like I said, it's that first time he turns into a Super Saiyan. This is just sick as fuck, man. Like, gotta play this video one more fucking time. So fucking awesome. Like fucking so fucking awesome, man. Fuck yeah, dude. I gotta get this shit. I was like, dude, it's cool too because you can get that full powered Super Saiyan like face plates. I think they work, they're compatible with this one too. So you get like more like different kind of face plates on and different expressions. But yeah, this is just such a cool fucking figure. I think I'm gonna display him like this, just fucking on Frieza the whole time because I got that Frieza figure, and I'm like, you know what? I don't really have too many Gokus that could go with that shit because he's not full power Frieza here, but yeah, those scenes where he turns into a Super Saiyan for the first time, he starts fucking this fool up just so easy and shit. It's like, dude, it's so good that yeah, man, they're cooking with this new 3.0 body because along with this Goku, it looks like we're getting the fucking Saiyan, the regular Saiyan form of him also. And man, just look how clean this looks. This is just looks crisp as fuck, man. When I saw this week, Goku's the kind-hearted Saiyan version. I was like, man, this is looking crispy, bro, like super crispy. And I always like that they take like these poses and shit, these like solicitation shots, and they kind of do like specific artwork to kind of recreate and stuff. But man, this is just looking like a crisp ass Goku where I kind of wanted that Target exclusive one right now where it has like those classic faceplates on them. But man, you got to get into those 3.0 bodies, and finally Bandai is fucking doing that. So I think you can't go back now. You got to just go forward with it, man. And long overdue for some of this shit, man. A lot of people were kind of getting pissed off that they would kind of reissue these Goku bodies that were just like older bodies, but just reissuing now like Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 2 exclusives and all this stuff. And it wasn't really any updates on it. Now we get like updated bodies where it's like, yeah, you're gonna get me to buy this shit again, man. So easily going in for both these Gokus, man. That fucking Super Saiyan, and then this version too is like I said, that body it just looks so clean that I know bootleg companies have been producing these already. They've already kind of moved on with like different molds and stuff. But some of those just don't feel as good as the Bandai stuff. And as long as Bandai's on top of their QC issues, I feel like they're killing the game for it, man. So and for both of these so far, because like I said, they just look so clean and yeah, they just allow for different looks of it. Because like I said, this Super Saiyan one was like torn up, Super Saiyan for the first time. I'm like, I gotta have this. This was always like one of my favorite looks. Cause like I said, the iconic fucking moment that he turns Super Saiyan for the first time, and I always loved like his tattered up clothes. It just looks so cool. And then yeah, there's like gi under that shit. Shit was fucking dope. Like the navy, I always like that look for him. To just get that navy shirt underneath, it was popping off. So pretty dope, man. But yeah, finally the champ is here, Son Goku. Yeah, exactly, man. Like that shit was just so fucking iconic. That sword was the second grossest thing Zoro had in his mouth that day. Hey yo, Goku is like the Spider Man and Batman of Hasbro and McFarlane. Yeah, exactly. It's like they're always gonna pump out a figure of him, and like I say, it's long overdue to do like a 3.0 body because along with this one, dude, Goku always gets the love, but I always felt like Vegeta needed an update too, man. And then this time, finally, Dangerous Pride version, we get a fucking updated body to Vegeta. And shit, man, long overdue as well. And I gotta say, dude, this gives you different kinds of looks as well. Subtle, but you know, they are there. You get the different boots and stuff. So you get kind of more from the Android saga. And I gotta say, this shit's fucking dope as fuck as well, too, man. Like I gotta get this one also. Where I'm glad I passed up on that last I forgot what version it was, but it was like that last Super Saiyan Vegeta. I was like, you know what? That shit's not an update, man. And I've always wanted a Majin Vegeta, but that recent reissue, that exclusive when it came out, I was like, nah, that shit look old as fuck, and his face plates look off. Like I said, now you get the updated face plates. I can't wait till they do a Majin Vegeta with like this body and stuff. Obviously, they take off the armor, kind of tweak around the blue, but man, this is this is no going back now. They're gonna start bringing the heat when it comes to this stuff because yeah, these updated bodies were long overdue, and yeah, they're gonna be able to fucking trick out all these different versions of them, man. And like I said, the one thing that's really cool when they do these like photo ops and stuff is they get little teasers for upcoming figures, man. So kind of pose these around in a specific look, and yeah, it looks like Super Android 13 is gonna come out fairly soon, also. And shit, man, that was probably one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z movies was that fucking Android 13, Super Android 13 one, where he kind of comes out. That motherfucker sounds like a fucking redneck, huh? And he was just like, where he was talking to Trunks and stuff. That shit was just funny. He was like, "All right, you red ribbon redneck, let's go." Shit, that motherfucker just starts fucking them fools up too. It's crazy. But yeah, he's a pretty cool design for a fucking android. Also, that shit's gonna be a huge ass body. That shit's got to be like a fucking Broly type body. So it's gonna be cool to kind of have these motherfuckers taking that figure on. But that's probably gonna be a ways away. But it's cool that they kind of put these little teaser images out there to kind of give you an idea of what's coming out. I always thought that's probably a plus from Bandai because of that. Like, it just gives you an idea what's around the corner, and man, it just makes me wonder, like, god damn, they really do have a lot to go left, man. Like I said, they recently teased out the Janemba. They have the fucking photo ops for that Gogeta, so Janemba's coming out. Man, everybody's waiting for that Perfect Cell to come out, like an updated version of it. Kid Buu also, like, they still have a good number of characters that they could kind of pump out, man. I always kind of thought that like how much more meat is left on the bone, but man, there's still plenty left on the bone because there was so many different versions and stuff that yeah, they could definitely pump it out. Also saying it's okay, Amar. They're getting me on another Goku too. Yeah, exactly. They gotta get us, man. I knew that intro was coming up. Yeah, I know. I had to play that again. That's right. Go set Goku's blockbuster. Yup, that ruffles my jammies. Hey, yo, 3.0 body time, never look back. Yeah, it's like I said, it's long overdue. Especially for the Vegeta, man. Like I said, I felt like, man, when they did that diamond figure, I was like, okay, there's got to be something coming around the corner because I saw a lot of people were really digging that. But even that was a little bit kind of like you're saying right here, low key new Vegeta, just a 2.0 and Diamond Fuse. Yeah, it kind of is that, right? That Diamond one was kind of like a 2.5, and then this is it's kind of an update, but it is an update. So I guess you could call this a 3.0. Does a machine experience fear? Yeah, bro. There you go. Where he's just like, you fuck your dumbass creators. He's like, ended on the wrong chapter, man. He didn't follow us in space. And he's like, does a machine like you experience fear? I always liked that song that Vegeta had when he turned Super Saiyan. The little piano. That shit was just sick, man. Oh, that was one of my favorite scenes when he kills that motherfucker, bro. Oh, I love that shit. But yeah, man, hopefully we see more stuff coming out, man, because it looks like Bandai had a couple of more reveals up their sleeve. So we got this Ranma figure, and I never watched this anime, but I always do recognize this character. It just kind of throws me off. Like, is this the same character as this dude right here? What the fuck? Because they have like the same hair. Because we got Ranma and then Ranma Saotome. So I always just like, is this a dude and a chick, or is this just just two different characters, bro? Because it just tripped me out that they have like the same hair and shit. And then we get a fucking shampoo. So looks like little lover girl and stuff. Or I don't know. Yeah, I know it's like an older anime. I don't know if they've done like a revision of it or something like that. I know they've recently done that with like Rurouni Kenshin. They kind of like update the anime and stuff on it or the animation on it. But I don't know. I know this Ranma figure, this SH Figuarts, the old one was pretty hard to acquire. It's gone up in the aftermarket. I think it was a pretty old figure, but I don't know. Something about that one looked better than this one to me. This one just looks a little bit kind of like that fucking modern cheap Bandai shit that fucking they're doing now. Those modern cheap Figuarts that just move like shit or feel like shit. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the differences are with the old one and stuff. But yeah, it gives people an opportunity, I guess, to kind of check something off on that nostalgia train and shit. So I got the little waifu aesthetic as well, so it's not bad. Little shampoo character. I don't know much about it, and then we get armored All Might, and fuck, I gotta say, dude, I don't mind Hero Academia, but man, this figure is actually pretty crazy looking, dude. I was like, yo, they are not skimping out when it comes to this one. It looks like they're pulling out all the stops because this shit looks pretty fucking intense, man. Like when I was seeing this shit, I think they have like a video on their Instagram of like a model of this shit, and it's fucking huge as fuck, dude. The guy that was working there, he was even kind of like talking about like the just the mechanical features that it has and all that shit. And I'm like, yeah, this shit doesn't look like this cheap ass shit. Like this shit looks like they put a lot of money into this shit. And man, I think they might get their money's worth because yeah, I saw a lot of people on their social medias kind of really tripping out on this thing because it just looks that badass, you know, like um yeah, 30,000 likes on this fucking thing. Like this shit had a lot of hype going its way. So like I said, I don't really My Hero Academia, but seeing All Might armored up, I'm guessing his fucking power runs out or something. So he needs this fucking armor. Cause yeah, I saw this fucking head scope right here. That shit looks intense also. So at first when I saw it, since I don't really watch My Hero Academia, I'm like, this motherfucker go evil? Cause kinda has like an evil look to it, you know, it's like all black armor. But yeah, I can see this thing selling well because yeah, this shit is like action figure crack. It just looks like it's gonna pose really well, and just the sculpt and stuff. It just really looks imposing and shit. Especially when you see that the size of it, it's pretty fucking large. I was like actually tripping out how big it was. I was like, God damn, that looks like a fucking like a 7-inch figure and shit. So I don't think they're cheaping out on this. I could definitely see this thing going up for like 140 bucks or something. It's not gonna be cheap at all, but pretty cool to see, even for like people that don't mind Hero Academia. It's like, hey, this shit is looking pretty intense, you know, and it doesn't really have too much of a spread of stuff. But like I said, because of that, the tooling on this body, I can't imagine they were gonna trick it out with so much stuff. But you know, just the look of it itself is a lot, you know. So it's pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. I actually like the way this shit looks, especially for like I said, for an action figure. It just had like a lot of presence to it because of the size of that motherfucker. So we got to see what's up with this. Racing saying Vegeta's theme when he first goes Super Saiyan. Yep. I can't even sing that shit. That shit's dope. So we'll see. And then yo, fuck yes, man. I was just kind of ranting about this the other day, a week or two ago. Remember, like I said, I was watching the ACBA podcast and they had brought that up. Like, yo, we have not seen anything Yu Yu Hakusho in a minute. That line is dead. Dead in the water. You know, it's like, why do they go with the fucking dark tournament looks? Fucking idiots. They fucked up. But yo, another figure in the line. We got my boy Kurama and shit, man. Also with that dark tournament look, where it's like, God damn it, I wish these guys would have just gave us those goddamn uniform looks. Cause to me, they just were so much better. I always liked that they were like different colors. It was like this dude with like the kind of burgundy-ish kind of look. I remember when the Dassen came out, I bought it and I was like, man, this is sick. I got that one. I got the Yusuke, and then I was like, oh fuck. Um, I was like, oh, I think that's when Banda had teased it out or something. Or no, it was like a while ago, but I only had got these two. I got the Dassen Yusuke and the Dassen Kurama. And then it was a minute before we saw the EA, and I was just like, I just kind of lost interest in buying them. And I remember I sold them. I sold the Yusuke and I sold this one. I was like, cool, I got my money back for them. I was just like, yeah, I'll wait for like Bandai to do them. So then when Bandai did the Dark Tournament looks, I was like, fuck. And it won't be that long before we get the OG looks. But man, to see that they're still doing the Dark Tournament, it kind of pisses me the fuck off. But I'm just happy that it's still alive. You know, I got to get this figure just because this is my boy right here. I got the Yusuke. I'll probably get this one. I'll probably get the EA and Kuwabara. But man, I'm just happy that the line's still alive. It's like, bro, this shit was on a lifeline, man, you know? So yeah, hopefully it's not too long before we see more of the characters. But like I said, they really, really have to depend on this shit selling well. And if you're depending on that, then you should go in and give us the original looks, the OG looks, and then maybe just end the line after that. You don't need to go so far, but I just think it's just stupid approaches from companies, man. It's like we saw it at SDCC with that Jada stuff. A lot of people were not happy with that Invincible approach. It's like you're giving us later looks, not really main characters. It's like, okay, we'll play ball, but you guys are risking it, not the consumer, because the consumer could just easily pass on stuff, you know? So, I don't know, I'm a fan of this shit, but like I said, if it's a minute before we get shit, it just pisses me off. Like, I wouldn't wanna have to get this character twice, but I also wanna play ball also. I wanna show that there is hype on this IP and that they could continue making characters, but it just sucks that they have to do this, you know? They could easily do the other way, the easier way. They're taking their time on the 88. Yeah, exactly. And they're gonna continue taking their time. They're just dumb as fuck. Bad night trolling us like LeBron did with Hennessy, add fake retirement. That's so stupid from LeBron. He's a fucking idiot. I can't wait till he leaves the Lakers, man. I want to watch Laker games again. God damn it. I got the We're a Meshi on sale. I'll wait on the Kurabara and Kurama to be on sale. Yeah, that might be the move, man, honestly, because yeah, I was quick to buy that Yusuke figure, but yeah, I'm probably gonna be quick to buy this one. But like I said, I didn't get the Toguro, so they're fucking dumb for that. They already showed the whole main cast for the Hunter x Hunter. Exactly. Exactly. I just got the fucking Killua last week, so I still gotta crack it open. But yeah, they already got the main cast for that. And that's how you do it, man. You don't dick people around, you just kind of get onto it, man. And then like I think it was Hustle saying, man, RIP to Naruto line. Looks like there's a new Naruto line around the corner. This time with soft goods. This was at Wonder Festival, and I think this is the Tunchi stuff. I want to say this is Tunchi because I think somebody had put this on the caption that the Naruto was Tunchi. And then I don't know about the Itachi, but I can't imagine there would be two companies making a soft goods Naruto line. But they don't look that bad, honestly. To be quite honest, I think I'm happy with the SH figure art stuff. But this Anbu Black Ops fucking Itachi look like, man, they need to put that figure out, man. I would definitely cop that. But if they don't, I'd be a hard look to pass up on. That figure looks sick as fuck, you know. So that Anbu Black Ops, man, like Bandai is sleeping on that Naruto line. They could pump out so much cool shit there, but I don't know why. They're fucking dumb as fuck too. Always jumping around with different shit, man. So fucking idiots, man. But yo, guys, we gotta kind of close this show out soon. So we're gonna close out with some Monster Force. Looks like they showed off a new wave on their Instagram. We got this Dr. Tanis Rand, geneticist. So we got a fucking Wolfman type motherfucker. So it looks pretty interesting, you know. And I do like that they're putting out more new pre-orders as their shit's coming out now. So this is actually pretty cool. So you get the Monster Force, the Red Demon 13 Ghosts. This actually looks pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. This looks like a cool figure to kind of just fuck around with like GI Joes or something. Like this actually works. And then the Ambassador of Ray Lee, Harbinger of Doom. So yeah, this looks pretty dope too. Cthulhu type fucking monster looking guy. So this looks cool. Mr. Legacy, the historian. So this one looks kind of lame, kind of bunk. But it might have some cool accessories. The Goblin 13 Ghosts. So yeah, this one looks badass too. They're getting some Reese's out of that suited body that I think I gotta get some of those figures with those suited bodies. I think they look cool as fuck. Kind of use them for like your Matrix fucking agents or something, or even Pulp Fiction customs. You can get some fucking head sculpts on those things, or some Reservoir Dogs. Like that'll work. But yeah, these figures look pretty cool. I gotta see what's up with more Monster Force stuff. I've only picked up a few figures, a few of their army Delta Troopers, but I've not really seen too much of their like pre-orders that I've jumped on. But I want to see some other stuff in hand. So hopefully now that they're in stock at BBTS, people start reviewing them, kind of see what's up with them. Because then the last one we have is the Commander Gridiron Weapon Supplier. So this is that what's that guy's name? Mark Taylor, is that his name? I forget his fucking name, but that guy from Gridiron Studios looks like the CEO right there. He's getting a figure of himself. It's pretty fucking cool, you know. I ain't gonna lie, that's actually pretty cool. And then you know this dude's gonna have some good weapons accessories with his ass, cause shit, he's making some pretty cool stuff on his site. Where yeah, I don't really go in for too much of it myself, but I always do like to see like people's custom work. Like shout out to Tony's Fix, man. You guys follow his Instagram. He makes like really good custom GI Joes, or he just customizes his figures like to look like quintessential versions of them. And a lot of times he's buying like these gridiron weapons to kind of give him realistic guns, because you know how the GI Joes classifies, they be coming with some fake ass, cheap ass looking guns. So it is always cool to get the real shit out there. This actually don't look bad. I actually thought this was like pretty cool wave, you know. And then a fucking nun figure. I don't know what the fuck this chick's name was. I actually forgot it, but This actually is pretty cool too. I actually like the look of this as far as the head sculpt goes. She looks like she's got a little bit too much clothes for my liking, but maybe because it's unpainted, can't really see the skin on that. But man, overall, not bad. I think this is actually looking cool, man. So finally, like some female bodies into this line, because shit, they've been getting their fair share of reuse out there. So not bad. And like I said, man, it's closer to Halloween, guys. We're only a few weeks away. I love October. I love this time of the year. This is probably like my favorite time of the year. It's just like fall and stuff. You got football, you got Halloween. It's like, man, what more can you ask for? But yeah, pretty cool overall, man. Like I said, it's cool to see that this approach. I like to see this. It's like more pre-orders as stuff's coming out. If they would have showed this like 2 months ago, it's like, fuck off. Fuck all the way off, and maybe they did, but now it's just like actual solicitations, photography. It's like, okay, final productions, like final prototypes. It means, all right, this is how you do it. I hate it when they do their render reveals and put that up for pre-orders. Like, fuck away with get away with that crap. It's like, nah, man, do this shit the right way, dude. Put the stuff out, more stuff goes up for pre-order, put it out, more stuff goes up for pre-order. But I gotta see what's up with that latest wave, man. I'm gonna be on the lookout at B's Battlegrounds because load up, grab your kits. See you on the battlefield. Yeah, he always gets around to doing reviews of these like army figures and stuff for this Monster Force line. And one of the things I enjoy about this line a lot is like their gear packs and stuff. It looks like they got like really cool accessories to kind of load out your stuff. Even if you have like a lot of Joes and need kind of like gear swaps or something, weapon swaps, you kind of use these to kind of kit bash stuff as well. So load up, grab your kits. But yo, guys, that's all the action figure toys I have for the evening. Had to split this show into fucking two episodes. So thank you guys for joining me on Sunday. If you guys did, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Pretty cool shit out there, guys. A lot of cool stuff. I don't like that Monster Force raised their prices. Well, you weren't buying enough, bro. They had to raise their prices. Yeah, I know, man. It's like, where do they price that now? What the fuck? Did they raise their prices? Are they like $40 now? Or I remember, I think I saw that on BBTS. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Where were these priced at before? But man, it's a scary time to be toy collecting, man, because we're really at the mercy of like companies and what they say are price hikes and this and that and tariffs and stuff. It sucks. It's like we really don't have like a specific way to kind of tell, it's like, oh, this is true. This needs to go up for this price because of this reason. It's left up to the companies to tell us and stuff. So that's always a pain in the ass. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And then, like I said, you always got to vote with your wallet, and then that's how they can kind of price adjust also. Because it's like, if you're going to say you're raising prices, then maybe you're thinking that you're going to take a hit sell wise. But if people start buying your shit because of the price hikes, then you need to readjust your prices. That's just how it is, man. But, we'll see. We'll see what's up with that. Because not only them, I know we're getting that with McFarlane, Marvel Legends. I think that Bobby Drake fucking Iceman was like $30. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna cancel that pre-order and wait for that shit to go on sale because a lot of shit does end up going on sale. But it's a bitch, it's just a bitch playing that game and stuff. But we'll see. But yo, guys, I do got to get out of here, man. Like I said, thank you guys for joining me, man. As always, really appreciate it. You guys checking it out and stuff, joining me. I always have a blast coming up here and talking to you guys, man. It's just I always feel like I'm just up here talking to myself for a minute. But there's always people watching me, and like my family will be like, "Who the fuck do you talk to up there? Who's fucking watching your dumbass?" Like a lot of people, okay, not a lot of people, but anybody to come up here to chat is always welcome, man. So I always appreciate you guys. But yo, guys, another episode on Sunday. We got New York Comic Con this weekend and stuff, so we'll be talking about all the reveals there and whatever else gets shown off this week, man. So until then, I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, man. Keep collecting, keep buying dope stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. You guys, peace out.